everybody. Roseburg football is on the air. It's a brand new year, a new era, and a new coach. Tune in Friday nights all season long as the Roseburg Indians take to the gridiron for some hard-hitting high school football action in year number 1 under head coach Matt Watson. Live video broadcast today sponsored by the Cow Creek Tribe. Audio also available on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Now let's head to the field. Here's Joey Kieran and Knight Ureski.
Hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome to Finley Field, high atop the grandstands at Roseburg High School in beautiful Roseburg, Oregon. It's time to begin the 2024 high school football season as your Roseburg Indians get ready to take on the Gresham Gophers. Looking forward to what will be a season filled with a lot of differences from what you might be used to when it comes to Roseburg. There's not the familiar names on the schedule this year, and there's a new league for the Roseburg Indians as they move to the Class 5A. They'll be taking on what is traditionally known as the Midwestern League. Some familiar faces from long ago. The Indians haven't faced many of these teams in recent history, but we're definitely looking forward to seeing what the team has in store as we get ready to kick off the high school football season in 2024. Good evening, everybody. I'm Joey Kieran. Joining me this season will be Knight Ureski, the new man along here on our roster at the Score. Looking forward to having him and having him be a part of what we've got going on with our high school football coverage here this season. Welcome you into the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. You can let them make the run of the dump for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. I hope you enjoyed the Friday night pregame show leading into our live pregame coverage here at Finley Field. Got a chance to talk with Connor Hahn from Douglas High School and preview Gresham, Roseburg's opponent tonight, with a conversation with head coach Cesar Martinez. But we've got more coming up for you. A word with head coach Matt Watson going to be coming up here in just a few moments. That's brought to you by Evergreen Family Medicine. You can expect the unexpected at Evergreen Family Medicine, serving Roseburg, Myrtle Creek, and Sutherland. Evergreen offers more than traditional primary care. You can always expect more from Evergreen. That's going to be coming up here in a few moments, but we welcome into the broadcast booth Knight Ureski and get a chance to check in with him. Knight, we are getting ready to kick off the 2024 season. Always an exciting moment because there's a lot of hope, there's a lot of promise, there's a lot of intrigue into what may be. I think it was one of the players, I think it was Tyler Reitman, that told me with change comes a lot of, excitement and intrigue. You don't really know what you're going to expect. And so tonight we look forward to kind of almost like Christmas Day, opening up that package and seeing what this season has in store for us.
No doubt, and it's a new era, and there's a lot of optimism with that. There's a new head coach, and the last couple of years hasn't necessarily gone Roseburg's way, but now you bring in a new coach, you have a new conference, you're facing new opponents. It's kind of like the same thing that's happening in college football right now. You're getting a lot of these matchups for the first time, and that's very exciting. And that's a very exciting thing for a lot of these Roseburg fans who have a lot of optimism heading into this season with the new head coach, Matt Watson, a younger coach, a more energetic coach, and he's a guy that you really want to root for, and you're hoping that he can come in and change the culture here, and that the stint in the 5A won't last too long. And so there's a lot of optimism coming into today, and man, I'm so excited for it. Friday Night Lights are back, and we're out here at Roseburg High School.
We are getting ready for it. It is game 1 of 9 this season for the Roseburg Indians. They start out the first 2 games here at home as the band making its way onto the field, and that's a good thing here at Finley Field. We'll go ahead and take a 2-minute timeout here on the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. We come back with our Evergreen Family Medicine interview with head coach Matt Watson. This is Roseburg High School football. Before we go, remind everybody that tonight's game is streaming with a live video simulcast online at 541radio.com, or you can check out the broadcast on our YouTube channel. Search 1490 The Score on YouTube. You'll find us there. Hit the subscribe button to make sure you don't miss another broadcast of Roseburg High Sports from The Score. That is presented by the Cow Creek Tribe. We'll be back after 2 minutes here on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
When the first Cascade branch opened in 1948, things were a lot different here. The fact they're still here says a lot about the way they do business.
Staying in business for 75 years requires the cooperation of generations. It's the desire to learn and grow with your community.
My account number is only 5 digits long. What that tells me is that this is a local credit union.
Cascade Community Credit Union would like to thank you for 75 years of growth and support here in Douglas County.
Back, everybody, here on the Roseburg Disposal Pre-Game Show. Getting ready for kickoff here at Finley Field tonight. The Roseburg Indians getting ready for the season opener, and joining me, head coach Matt Watson. Coach, as we get ready for it, you guys have put in a couple of weeks of practice, a couple of weeks of camp, and it's about time here. How excited are the guys about getting a chance to hit somebody in a different colored jersey?
Oh, man, about time is about right. These guys are ready for an opponent. I mean, it's been the weight room has been full all summer. Camp was fantastic. First time that these guys have been to a football camp, and then getting out on the field, building up that team camaraderie, and just learning the systems, learning the procedures, learning the new culture. Everybody's bought in, and just we're looking for an opponent. We're ready. Those boys are so ready to hit somebody.
You know, as we get ready for it, what have you been seeing from them at practice that's really kind of standing out to you as you get ready for this first game of the season?
I think it's the ability to correct and be able to bounce back from any type of adversity. You know, when you're growing up in Roseburg, you've got to be able to deal with adversity, and you've got to be tough. And our kids are learning. If they're not already, they're learning how to be tough, and a lot of them are tough already. So it's a poor rep. They bounce back and have 3 great reps. It's hot outside. We don't care. We've got perfect reps, perfect plays against the defense, perfect plays against an offense. If it's not quite as much hustle, we've got guys calling that out, and everybody's buying into it. So it's calling out in a positive way. It's building together as a team. It's really encouraging to see, and it's honestly impressive to see them come together wholly as a team.
You guys get an opportunity to kind of break in some new guys. As you get guys that maybe Friday night lights out on the field, home crowd with all the excitement going on here, that's a lot of nerves. How do you try to kind of settle guys down before a game that's probably going to have everybody a little bit amped up?
We want them to be amped up. We want to. There's 2 things that we can control: is our attitude and our effort. And so we don't want the effort to drop. We don't want the effort to be calm. We want the effort to be intense. The lights are bright, but we've practiced under the lights. We know the crowd's going to be loud, and we're going to feed off of that energy. It helps us. The crowd energy, our community, our teammates, our sideline, our coaches, everything is fueling us, and our guys are ready for that.
I know week 1, so for you guys, and a lot of the focus is going to be on yourself, but obviously there is an opponent on the other side, and you've got some game tape on this Gresham team as they played in that week 0 game. What kind of have you seen on tape about them, and what do you know about them as you guys get ready for the matchup?
Well, I think they're a strong team. They're a physical team. They've got a lot of good athletes on offense and on defense, and they're going to present a challenge. So we study as much as we can. We prepare for our opponent like we would anybody else, nameless, faceless opponents. Is that we've got somebody who's going to come into Finley Field and try to do something, and we've got to stop them. And our guys have studied up on that. They've gotten their reps. They feel prepared. Whatever anybody wants to throw at us, I feel like we're ready.
All right, Coach Matt Watson here joining us from Roseburg High School. That's our Evergreen Family Medicine Coaches Interview here on the Roseburg Disposal Pregame Show. When we come back, we are counting down to kickoff here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
Whether it's across town or across the state, moving is always a chore. So let BTB Moving help with your next move. BTB Moving is a labor-only company offering statewide services such as packing and unpacking, loading and unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. BTB Moving is an affordable veteran-owned company here to help with your next move. Call 541-315-0122 or find BTB Moving on Facebook. That's BTB Moving for all your moving needs.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
The Roseburg High School Marching Band, once again, another fantastic performance of our nation's anthem as we get ready for kickoff here tonight at Finley Field. Welcome back into the broadcast booth here at Finley Field, high atop at the grandstands here at Roseburg High School. Quick look at kind of the setting here for tonight's matchup. Got asked by multiple people as the day went on, what are the conditions like? Are we going to be playing the game tonight? And sure enough, we are. The smoke has been a concern down south. Actually, we can pass this along because we had recorded the Friday night pregame show, and then shortly after got word that South Umpqua actually had to move their game from Tri-City to Medford to take on the St. Mary's Crusaders down there. So smoke has come into play here tonight in the Umpqua basement. Umpqua Basin, not basement. I feel like I said basement there. Nonetheless, here in the Umpqua Valley, we did see smoke have an effect on at least one game that we know of so far. But thankfully here at Roseburg, we are looking at pretty good conditions. Maybe a little hazy, but there is blue sky, wispy clouds well overhead. But overall, pretty good conditions for a season opener. It is a hot one here tonight. We were in the 90s earlier. We'll take a look at your game time temperature here in a moment. But before we take our final break here on the Roseburg Disposal pregame show, looking at the first game of the season, it's always important to kind of try to set the tone for a season. And I think I asked earlier with Corey Kimball, the starting quarterback this year for Roseburg, this is chapter one. in a 9-chapter book. Hopefully, there's an addendum at the end of this one for Roseburg with some playoff games. But this is an opportunity to kind of start things off on the right foot for Roseburg, for head coach Matt Watson in his first game as a head coach, and getting things started on that right foot could be really big for this season for Roseburg.
Absolutely. I mean, like you said, it's a new year, it's a new era, and with this team, you're going to look to get a strong start out of it. And I think there's just so much excitement. There's a lot of optimism. You heard Coach Watson in the pregame show, and he said, these guys are just ready to hit some bodies other than their own. And that's exactly what's going to happen here today against Gresham. We've looked at the size of these guys and these Gresham players. I went down there before the game, talked with the coach of Gresham, and just tried to get some pronunciations. But walking next to some of these guys on the Gresham team, there's some big bodies out there on the defensive line. And I think that with this experienced group up front, you mentioned the 21 seniors on this Roseburg team, but a lot of those players, 4 of the 5 offensive linemen, they're all seniors. They're going to look to set the tone. It looks like Roseburg's going to be running a little bit more of a triple option, a more run-first offense. And how do you establish that offense? Well, you're going to need those big bodies up front. And so it's a very exciting time, a lot of optimism, and hopefully they get off to a good start.
Well, we will find out here soon. Captains are lining up, getting ready to head out to midfield for the coin toss. We'll take our final break of the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. When we come back, we'll know where we're going with kickoff, and we'll have your Southern Septic Service starting lineup. Back after a 2-minute timeout here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Copy.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google-certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Do I have enough money put away to retire?
Plan for your future with confidence. At Palm Wealth Management, we'll help you see a clear path to financial peace of mind. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
In today's big box store, how-to YouTube video world, it is hard to do it yourself. If you're fixing your fence or putting in a new one, the only place to start is Quality Fence. We stock almost anything you need and take the time to show you how to really do it yourself. Visit the Quality Fence showroom in Roseburg and get great fencing ideas at QualityFenceCo.com.
Quality Fences, doing it right for you.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and other.
I guess he's...
Huh? Oh.
Along with Knight Ureski, I'm Joey Kieran. Roseburg football about to ready to kick off the 2024 season. Roseburg wins the toss, elects to receive. They'll be moving left to right on your radio dial. Roseburg will have, for the first time this season, we get a chance to look and see who's deep to return. Back that direction, McLean Stedman, one of the deep men. Along out there with Byron Irvin waiting on the kick. I believe kicking deep for Gresham is going to be Jesus Maldonado, the senior. Also plays linebacker. He will place the football on the tee, and we are just about to get ready to go. 83 degrees in Roseburg as the sun is making its way towards the horizon beyond the Callahans, out in the haze a little bit. Roseburg moving left to right will be looking into the sun, so the quarterback will have the sun in his eyes. The receivers will be looking back away from the sun as Roseburg gets the ball to open the game. The opening kickoff, Maldonado sets, the right-footed kicker puts a boot through it, short pooch kick, angled to the sideline. It'll die just about the 23-yard line. And one of the Roseburg upmen will jump on the football, and we are about to get underway. It's time for the Southern Septic Service starting lineups for you. Up along the front line at center, George Gibby, a junior. Left guard, you've got A.J. Baker. At the right guard position, Jack Bana, a senior. Baker, a senior as well. At the left tackle, Mateo Reynaga, a senior. And on the right tackle side, it's Carson Tyler, another senior. They'll be paving the way for the offense. At quarterback this year, junior Corey Kimball. Last year threw for 245 yards and 3 touchdowns in kind of backup duty to Owen Bentia, who has chosen to play basketball this season. It's a keeper for Kimball as he pulls it out of the running back's stomach. He goes over the right side, and just like that, it's a scramble for first down. It was a designed run option for the quarterback, and Corey Kimball takes it himself around the right side, and we've got a first down on the first play of the game as they go from the 23 all the way out to the 38-yard line.
What a play by Kimball to start. I mean, just faking the handoff, and we knew that his arm was good. We were watching him pregame, but right there, able to utilize the legs a little bit.
So a first down run of 15 yards for Corey Kimball. In the backfield behind him, Carson Uragwin, the running back. They give it to him this time. He's a speedy small back, a little bit of a bowling ball, but he gets swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage, falls across the 40 for a pickup of short yardage, about a yard, make it 2.5 on that carry as he gets to the 40. And not quite credited to the 41, so a pickup of about 2 on first down, 2nd and 8. Looking at some of the other names you'll see out there, Tyler Reitman, a senior in the backfield, Caden Austin, McLean Stedman, Byron Irvin, Dane St. Clair. Some of the wide receiver targets we'll see here tonight. Gibby, the center, will set up at the just across the 40-yard line. Austin moves in motion. They will go on the dive once again, and there he goes. The bowling ball just slipping through tackles over the left side of the line. And Carson Uragwin will get it out to a 3rd and manageable as he gets it to the 47-yard line.
And really, he's just a quick back that goes up the middle, a little bit powerful. He's really just a short little guy, but really compact with the way that he runs. And he's more of that fullback type of role, but they've been usually utilizing him more of a lead back in this opening series. And what a great drive to start for Roseburg, moving the ball down the field. A lot of positive gains.
They need 1 yard here, and they bring in Reitman, the powerful senior in the backfield. He'll set up about 3 yards behind Kimball, who's under center. Man in motion. They give it on the dive. No keeper for Kimball. He breaks free. He's into the secondary. He's got one man to outrace at the 20, the 10, the 5, stretching for the pylon. Touchdown, Roseburg!
How about that? Corey Kimball. What an opening drive for Roseburg, and Kimball getting it done on the ground. I think everybody thought the ball went to Reitman right there. Reitman, the powerful back, and the fake was so good. Everybody thought that Reitman had the ball. Next thing you know, Kimball's sprinting down the far sideline, and he's able to get all the way in there for that 53-yard score.
53-yard run for Corey Kimball. First touchdown of the season for the Tribe. And now the PAT. We'll see if they look to kick it. Jacob Michael did the kicking duty last year, was 13 of 17 on PATs, but the offense stays on the field. A 2-point try. Kimball just up the middle. They try to go on the sneak. A flag out from the far side, and we'll wait to see what that's about here. Well, this could possibly change the mind of the offense. They may look to kick if this is on Roseburg. They are waiting to figure out how to officiate this one. Touchdown on the opening drive for the Indians. Right now, they've taken a minute 57 off the clock on this opening drive. An illegal shift called against Roseburg. They're going to replay it again. They'll back the ball up 5 yards. So after the touchdown run, a Roseburg penalty of 5 yards.
Looks like they're keeping the offense out there.
Last year, Jacob Michael did make 2 field goals, one from 26, one from 24. He was 2 of 6. They're going to bring Kimball back out. They bring Caden Luther goes to the sideline, the tight end. They'll set up with Austin, a back tight to the right side of the line. In the backfield, Reitman. That's a little bit of an indecision there by Kimball, who ends up just keeping it because either he didn't want to give the ball to Reitman or wasn't sure about it, or Reitman just didn't think he was going to get the football. But either way, the PAT attempt no good. We'll take a 30-second timeout as Roseburg starts things off. An opening touchdown drive here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with a news review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
Well, that didn't take long. 4 plays. Roseburg covers 77 yards, and it takes them a minute 57 to do so. They take the lead 6-0 here in the first quarter. Kickoff coming now, kicking it left to right. It'll be Jacob Michael. Michael, the right-footed kicker, a senior for this Indians team, will be kicking it away to our right. 2 backs deep to return for Gresham. Avery Lowe, one of them. They're going to kick away from him. I don't blame him there. I believe that's Cameron Buss. Bobbled it at the 8, picks it up. Up the hash marks he climbs, gets to the 25 before he is tackled forward. Byron Irvin in on the stop along with Aiden Nutter for Roseburg. And Gresham will have the football for the first time. And with 9:57 to go here on the first quarter clock, they'll start out at their own 26-yard line. Taking a look at our Southern Septic Service starting lineup for Gresham. Liam Arnold Munoz, the junior quarterback, will be back there. He had 2 touchdown passes last week. Expecting to see Cameron Buss in the backfield as a running back. Avery Lowe, Khalid Arthery, Nixon Nippert, Christian Martinez, all guys we might call here in the offense for this Gresham Gophers club. Actually, that's not Munoz back there. They will instead hand it off to Munoz, who's hit as he throws, but he's got a man wide open. It's too far out in front. Incomplete on the first play. They try a little bit of trickeration there. That was Nixon Nippert who took the snap, then handed it off to Munoz, who was moving in motion. He set up the throw, but he got crunched bookend right as he let it go.
I mean, it was a good play design. The guy was wide open. Just a little bit of pressure from Roseburg's defense, and that's what you like to see right here for the Indians. This is a team that already set the tone offensively, and now they have the chance to set the tone defensively here on this opening drive.
Clock stops with 9:51 to play in the first quarter. 6-0 Roseburg in front. 2nd and 10 from the 26. Ball on the left hash mark. Now Munoz in shotgun. Bad snap. He gets it. Has to sprint out to his right as he got pressured. Throws it out of bounds. That should be intentional grounding, I would assume.
He was out of the pocket.
Didn't get it past the line of scrimmage.
That's true. He also was hit from behind. That may play a factor from Reitman.
There is no flag out there. Reitman was there to apply the pressure. The linebacker, a returning all-conference selection from a year ago, putting the pressure on, and they're going to say incomplete with no flag. I wonder, looking back on that, how they might think of that later. But it'll stand at 3rd and 10 on the incompletion. The ball comes all the way back to the left hash mark after Munoz threw it out on the far sideline. He'll spread 2 to the right side, 2 tight to the left side. In shotgun, the snap much better, but pressure. He again gets flushed out as Brayson Parker flushes him. Reitman in coverage, throw downfield, goes to a man on the sideline. He had a receiver coming back to the football who was open, but the throw off target, it'll be incomplete, and that could just be a 3-and-out here for the Gresham Gophers to start out the ball game.
What an opening drive from Brayson Parker. Back-to-back plays, creating havoc in the backfield, and it just feels like that left end for Roseburg is just being able to find its way into the backfield. And I mean, you see it right here. Munoz 0 for 3 to start, and a large reason why is because of Brayson Parker.
Out to punt it away is Cameron Groh. 9:36 to go. That took all of 27 seconds off the clock from the kickoff to now the punt here for Gresham. A high snap, but he's able to get it, gets the kick away. There was some contact on the punter coming up to make the catch. The return man misses one tackler. Paxton Burke stretches it to the far side outside the numbers and returns it into Gresham territory. He takes it out to the 38-yard line in Gresham territory, and Roseburg will have it with 9:25 to go here in the first quarter. And they start with great field position thanks to a nice punt return by Paxton Burke out to the Gresham 38.
And we saw Paxton Burke all summer with the Doc Stewarts, and he was running over the field defensively. We've seen him with the Indians baseball team, but right there making an impact as a punt returner, able to use his speed to break to the outside. And what an opening drive for Roseburg, and now an opportunity here in drive number 2 with great field position.
Southern Septic Service, from residential to commercial. Southern Septic Service has your behind covered when it comes to septic tank pumping and inspections, portable toilet rentals, and grease trap cleaning. Southern Septic Service, woman and veteran owned, and proud to support our local sports teams. The fumble by the quarterback, Kimball. He almost had a chance at recovering it and eventually just had to jump on it as he bobbled the first attempt to get back on it. And he will lose yardage on first down. Wrong way to go there for Roseburg, but they didn't lose the fumble, so they'll keep possession back to the Gresham 42, and they will lose 4 yards on the play, 2nd down and 14.
And we saw that a little bit during that 2-point conversion attempt where there was that mishap with the exchange on that mesh read. And right there, it happened once again with Kimball.
Kimball had the 53-yard touchdown run on the opening drive of the game for Roseburg. And now we've got some early movement. And they're going to call this one on Gresham. Encroachment on the defense there. The penalty will help negate the yardage lost on the fumble. In fact, Roseburg will gain a yard out of that.
And it's a little bit just because of the offense that Roseburg's running right now. You have a lot of motion. You're having the wing set, and you have the guy in the wide receiver position swinging back around behind the tailback. And with that, it causes a lot of confusion for the defensive line.
2nd down and 9 now. Motion back is Austin. He'll get it on the pitch to the left side. Tries to make the first man miss. He does get wrapped up, but unable to push him back. The tackler spins Austin forward. That's Tucker Santillanes with the tackle for Gresham. Nice pickup on 2nd down and long. Makes it 3rd down and medium. The ball down to the 33-yard line. A pickup of 4 on the carry for Caden Austin. Austin comes back. He scored 2 touchdowns last year as a receiver. Had 30 catches for 317 yards. Earned honorable mention all-league selection. He was a weapon in the receiving corps. We haven't really seen a pass. We haven't seen a pass yet out of Roseburg. And we've got movement up front again. And there comes the whistle. It was late. It seemed like everybody else felt like they knew it was going to be a penalty except for the officials. So it'll be 3rd down. Well, this might actually move the chains here, Knight.
Yeah, I think they're going to give them a first down. There's 3rd and 5, and yeah, they're going to move the chains, I believe, on this one. It looks like it should.
It looks like it should. They're going to wind the clock. We're down to under 8 minutes to go, and there it is. The penalty will provide a first down for Roseburg. spot the football at the 28-yard line. 2 penalties on this drive for Gresham. 6-0 Roseburg in front here in the second quarter. In the backfield, Dre Burwell motions to the left side of the line. Carson Uragwin in a 3-point stance. 4 yards deep behind Kimball, who will keep it again. Goes over the right side, but got swallowed up at the line. Jorge DeCostle Olguin. There's some challenging names on this Gresham defense, or this Gresham roster, but DeCostle Olguin, the junior, up along that front line, coming up with the tackle there.
It's a good read from Gresham after a couple of really long runs for Kimball on his first 2 carries. They've done a good job trying to contain him over the last 2.
2nd down and 8. Looking to pass for the first time. Airs it out right side. It's caught by Austin up the sideline. He'll get taken down inside the 15, down to the 12-yard line. Kimball finds Austin cutting across the field, out to the numbers. Pass complete, and it's good for a first down. Roseburg into the red zone.
And that's just the run game opening up the passing game for Roseburg. You fake the handoff, and the first throw from Kimball's a good one to the outside, and Austin with his speed is able to beat his defender and get some open space down the sideline and pick up some more yards.
First down and 10 from the 12-yard line. Ball in the right hash mark. Kimball under center with Uragwin behind him. He's got a wing back to either side of the line. They move the man on the left side in motion. Burwell will now motion back to the left as Kimball looks to the sideline for an audible. 6:49, the clock stopped. Back under center. Play clock winding down. Kimball will get it. Here comes pressure. He didn't see it at all. The blitz coming right through the middle, and once again, that is Jorge DeCostle Olguin. He comes in for the stop right through the middle of that front line.
It was just Alex Baker. He missed the block immediately, and man, what a hit on the quarterback, Kimball.
Back to the 17-yard line, a loss of 5 on the play for Corey Kimball. Kimball last year, 26 of 38 through the air, 245 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, completed 68% of his passes. But he wasn't the full-time starter, didn't get a lot of playing time. And now he is looking forward to taking the reins. He will fake the handoff, keeps it around the right side. Things open up, penalty flag out. He goes down to the 6-yard line. He stood up, won't gain anything more. We'll wait to see what the penalty flag is here, but it's in the area of a possible hold as they win on that sweep around the right side.
Yeah, I think it's going to be holding, and this one's going to be coming back. At least that's just the instant body reaction from the Indians as they start to trot backwards.
They put the flag down at the 14-yard line. Rich Robles, our white hat tonight. He does signal holding against Roseburg, so they're going to count it off, I believe, from the 14 out to the 24. Second penalty of the night on Roseburg.
And this drive was just going backwards for the Indians. They got great field position to start. Started with the ball at the 38, and really it's been a lot of negative plays on this drive compared to the opening drive where it was all positive plays.
They only had 38 yards to try and cover here. They've officially run 5 plays. There's been 3 penalties combined between the two teams, but a lot of time off the clock here. We're nearing 4 minutes on this drive for Roseburg. They've got second down and a mile. They got to get this one out to Melrose. They've got the ball at the 24, right hash mark under center. Kimball looking to pass right side. He's going to air it out to the end zone for McLean Stedman. He turns to make the catch, but he can't hang on to it, and he was out of bounds.
I don't know if he was out of bounds. He looked like he had the foot down in bounds, but the official on the near side ruled him out, and it was a little bit of a bobble at the end as well, but a pretty good throw to that back near corner.
Nice touch on the pass. Just the second pass attempt there for Corey Kimball.
He throws a good ball.
He had another pass kind of designed play, but he ended up getting sacked on that one. This time able to try and get one to the end zone, but couldn't get it in exactly the right spot, and then not able to complete the play. McLean Stedman, who had 14 catches as a sophomore last year and scored twice. He'll set up a sprint out to the right side of the field. 2 wingbacks to either side, tied into the left of the formation. That is Caden Luther. Burwell motions to the backfield, now back to the left, and a timeout called on the field by Roseburg. We're going to go ahead and use it as well. We'll take a 1-minute timeout here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with a news review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
Out of the timeout by Roseburg. It is 3rd down and 22. They can get a first down inside the 2-yard line. The ball sits at the 24. Whistles before we get back into play. This ball game of Roseburg, or this coverage of Roseburg football here on The Score, brought to you by Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call them at 541-459-1545. They sent a player off for some sort of maybe equipment issue. Not sure 100% there, but they did send somebody off. That brings in Amos Bowers, who will set up to the left of the line. No tight end in the formation. One receiver spread out wide to either side. Dane St. Clair spread to the right side. Fake the handoff, looking to pass. Looking St. Clair's direction. A pass to the end zone. There was some contact. St. Clair ended up on the ground and in coverage out there. Almost a one-handed interception at the goal line for Cameron Butts, but it goes in and out of his fingertips, incomplete. It'll be 4th down and long for Roseburg, and this may just be no man's land where they try to go for it and see what happens.
I mean, 22 yards is a long way, but, I mean, might as well go for it here in this situation.
They've got.
I thought the last play, though, was a good design. Roll down to the left side, threw it back towards the right side of the field, one-on-one with St. Clair, a little bit of a taller wide receiver, and I think that you might want to try to do one of those one-on-one matchups here in this situation.
It would have been a 41-yard field goal attempt if they had tried it. They'll set up with the offense instead. One target either side, 2 backs tied to the line. They give the ball to Reitman, running left side, needs a block out there. He'll get around the edge, but he's tripped up by his shoelaces. Almost able, if he escapes that one, he might have been able to get close to picking up that first down as he turned the corner. But he gets taken down at the 14-yard line, and that is a pickup of 10 on the run for Reitman, but it's a turnover on downs for Roseburg. And Gresham will have the football back with 5:16 to go. Good job for their defense to be able to hold Roseburg on a short field.
No doubt, and I mean, what a weird play call. A run on 4th and 22, but Reitman with his speed almost got to the edge and almost got free trying to get to that first down. A really good play by Gresham with the tackle in the open area.
So the ball goes back to Gresham. They'll have it at their own 14, their worst starting position, but they went 3 and out on their first drive. They give the handoff, trapped at the line, but nobody brings him down. Now Buss will finally get swallowed up. One of the things that Coach Watson told me is that the way you can tell Roseburg is playing the football they want is if the media, us, snaps a photo of a guy getting tackled, and you can see 11 black jerseys in that photo. They want to gang tackle like crazy this season.
I mean, that's a good start right there. First rushing play, and you got a whole bunch of black bodies all around surrounding that ball carrier, and negative yardage on that first play for Gresham.
Yeah, that was a loss of 1 for Cameron Buss. They'll go on the end-around sweep, handoff, getting the sideline, a penalty flag from way downfield. Just across the 20 to the 21-yard line on the carry for Avery Lowe. But we'll wait to see what that penalty flag is about.
Dude, what a bullet from this official. He threw it from about the 42-yard line, landed it just past the 15-yard line on the flag throw.
So penalty flag out, and it's in the area at the line of scrimmage. In fact, a yard behind the line of scrimmage out on the far side. So they are, I got to imagine, either from the line of scrimmage or from that spot of the flag, they're going to walk this one off against Gresham. Now it looks like they're going to walk it off from the 13, and they will go half the distance to the goal line. That's the 3rd penalty on Gresham here tonight.
I mean, you could see it was holding all the way from up here, all the way from the 42-yard line, and, well, what a poor start once again for Gresham, who's just struggled to find any positive yardage.
They trailed 44-0 before they got on the board against Bend last week. Only 6-0 right now. Roseburg in front. Wide open man in the middle of the field. Split makes one man miss out to the 21 again. They're back out that direction. It'll be 3rd down and manageable here for the Gophers. Connection out into open territory. Big target out there. That is Khalid Arthery with the catch.
It was a good gain, and it looked like it was more just kind of like a fake screen out to the near side, and then they had a little bit of a slant route for Arthery, and he found himself wide open over the middle for a gain of 15.
Makes it 3rd down and 3 for the Gophers, trying to get their first down of the night. That's their first positive play, by the way. They had 3 incompletions on their first drive, a tackle for loss to start this one, and now that 15-yard pass completion. Munoz in shotgun, low snap, gets it into the belly of the running back, but he's hit in the backfield and swarmed down. George Gibby with the TFL, dropping the running back for a loss. Caught in the backfield. That is Jesus Maldonado going nowhere.
And again, it's this Roseburg defense swarming immediately with the run game, and this defensive line is getting a lot of pressure up the middle.
A loss of 2 on the play for Gresham, and they'll have 4th down and 5 deep in their own territory, and the punter Cameron Groh is back out there. Roseburg will set up 4-man front as they try to put some pressure on the punt. High snap pulled in. Groh gets a big boot behind it, angles it to the far side. Ooh, almost hit McLean Stedman. It'll bounce across the 50 in favor of Gresham, and Roseburg will start in their own territory after forcing another 3 and out for Gresham. 6-0 is our score. And it is Roseburg with the football, 2:39 to go in the first quarter, and they'll start with the football at their own 43-yard line. Roseburg football on the score, brought to you by Neal Company Real Estate. Check out Neal Company Real Estate at nealco.com for the latest listings around Douglas County. Their agents can help you score the home of your dreams. Offense back out there on the field. Corey Kimball has been leading them, doing pretty well, but penalties kind of stalling out the last drive. We'll see if they can clean things up on their 3rd drive of the night. First quarter action here. Set up with 2 targets. St. Clair and Noah Nelson spread out wide to the right side with the ball on the left hash mark. Handed off up the middle. A dive through the middle of the offense there for Landon Simpson, who gets his first carry of the night. And it's a short gain, but it's positive out to the 47. Actually picks up about 4.
A gain of 4 for Simpson, and again, they're utilizing a different back straight up the middle, and I think that's what Roseburg is really shooting for this season, is a lot of versatile players, a lot of different players that you can go to in this set. Coach Watson's talked about the speed and physicality of this team, and I think there's a lot of quick backs on this team. There's a lot of powerful backs that Roseburg can use with this winged offense.
2nd down and 6. From the 47, under center Kimball. Simpson about 3 yards deep in a 3-point stance, and a penalty flag out. Roseburg too slow to the line. They'll get whistled for the delay game. And it is game 1 of the season for Roseburg. This is the 2nd game of the year for Gresham. They're coming off of that 44-14 loss against Bend at home in their season opener in week 0. But it's still early in the season, and it feels as if there is going to be just things for both sides to keep working on cleaning up.
It's always those first game struggles.
Yeah. So it backs it up. It'll be 2nd down and 11 as they spot the ball out at the 42. And a handoff up the middle. That handoff has been a little dicey for Corey Kimball here on a couple of times. It's that option, and so he's got the option to either give it or pull it out and continue with it, and it feels like maybe either a little indecisive or just struggling to try and either hand it off or keep it, but that one a little dicey there. Short yardage gain out to the 45-yard line.
Well, I can see why he'd be so hesitant to give it off. I mean, he had that, 53-yard touchdown run in the first quarter? Earlier this quarter.
Yeah, this quarter started the ball game. First drive for Roseburg ended in 6. They're down to 58 seconds to go in the opening period, facing 3rd down and 8. They got to get to the ball to the Gresham 47. They're at their own 45. Play clock running down. get the snap off in time. It's Simpson running left side, slips through and falls forward across the 50. They'll spot him down at the 50-yard line, but penalty flags are out. I think they actually are going to give him credit out to the 49, Gresham's half of the field. But I got a feeling this one's coming back, and they are going to back him up. Roseburg was going to be facing 4th down and maybe 3 or maybe 2.5 yards to try and make up if they decline the penalty. Gresham will back him up to the 40-yard line and make it 3rd down and 13.
And it's another penalty-filled drive. A lot more moving backwards than forwards.
So it's a loss of 5 from the previous line of scrimmage. Clock down to 27 seconds as they run the play up the middle again. Roseburg's going to that well quite a bit. They've kind of stuck with their basic offense here so far, and they'll grind out a few more yards out of this one, out to the 47-yard line. A pickup of 7 on the ground for the Tribe. But now they face 4th down and 6.
And it looks like they're just going to let this run out to the end of the quarter.
And there it is, into the first quarter. The Roseburg Indians lead 6-0 after 1. We take a 1-minute timeout. This is Roseburg football on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
I'm confused by the huge market swings.
Get a better understanding of your finances. At Palm Wealth Management, we care about your priorities and help restore financial security. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Whether it's across town or across the state, moving is always a chore. So let BTB Moving help with your next move. BTB Moving is a labor-only company offering statewide services such as packing and unpacking, loading and unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. BTB Moving is an affordable veteran-owned company here to help with your next move. Call 541-315-0122 or find BTB Moving on Facebook. That's BTB Moving for all your moving needs.
I've always handled my own finances, but I need help.
Get a better understanding of your finances. At Palm Wealth Management, we care about your priorities and help restore financial security. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Live video coverage of Roseburg football can be found online at 541radio.com and on our YouTube channel, 1490 The Score. Live video coverage brought to you by the Cow Creek Tribe. Welcome in, everybody, to the start of the 2024 season. Roseburg looking to try and get a win and start out the season on the right foot. The sun has about set as we've got 12 minutes on the board. Roseburg has the football to start the second quarter. They start out with the football at their own 48-yard line, and they will be punting. Jacob Michael gets a kick away. It's received by Avery Lowe. He made a man miss. Now tries to cut back across the field. Stays on his feet, and now the ball's taken away. They didn't blow the whistle. Caden Luther steals it. The other way he goes. This could be a touchdown, Roseburg.
Are you kidding me?
That could be something else right there. Wow. Caden Luther got in on the scrum to try and bring down Avery Lowe, and he just ripped the ball out, turned the other direction, and he takes it the other way. After the punt, a turnover on a fumble for Gresham, and it will be Caden Luther, a fumble recovery TD. He takes that one back. I'd venture a guess of 35 yards to maybe 40 yards on that fumble recovery, and suddenly Roseburg has the PAT unit coming out on the field. Maybe. The offense actually is out there. They do need to make up a missed two-point conversion earlier. Touchdown Roseburg. A shocking one there. Uragua the deep back behind Kimball under center. They'll move Austin in motion, give it to Uragua over the left side. He's in. 2-point try, good. And Roseburg will build a 14-0 lead here early in the second quarter. With 11:40 to play before half, Roseburg is on top 14-0. Let's take a 30-second timeout and capture our thoughts here on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Whether it's across town or across the state, moving is always a chore. So let BTB Moving help with your next move. BTB Moving is a labor-only company offering statewide services such as packing and unpacking, loading and unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. BTB Moving is an affordable veteran-owned company here to help with your next move. Call 541-315-0122 or find BTB Moving on Facebook. That's BTB Moving for all your moving.
What a play we were treated to there. Oops. For those that are watching online at 541radio.com, that was not what I wanted to play. I was going to play this touchdown there from Caden Luther. We went back and watched. We're going to credit him with a 39-yard fumble recovery as he just stole the ball right out of the hands of Avery Lowe on the punt return for the touchdown. Roseburg in front, 14-0. Michael will kick one away again as we get right back to special teams, but his kick will go out of bounds. Here's that replay for those that are watching online. Just absolutely stole the ball away and turns and runs, and there's nobody there. It's just...
Look what I found.
What a miraculous play for Caden Luther. And he gets a touchdown, and Roseburg is up by 2 scores, 14-0 here. The kick out of bounds will set up Gresham with decent field possession. They're probably their best of the night. They'll get the ball out at their own 35-yard line. Their first drive started at the 26. That was their previous best of starting position. Tonight's ball game brought to you by Dr. Alanson Randall, Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. Visit drrandall.com or call them at 541-378-6694. Gresham offense back out on the field. Munoz looking to pass over the middle of the field. Has a man there. It's caught. First down. Ball came out at the end. Jump on it. Did Roseburg get it before? He wasn't down. That's a turnover again. Back-to-back plays for Gresham, and they turn it over. That pass completion went to Samuel Kruger, and as he was getting tackled, he coughed it up, and Roseburg jumps on it on the 41-yard line.
What a play defensively from Paxton Burke, able to punch it out from behind, and he just kind of went in there for like that strip sack type of tackle, and he hit the ball straight out. The Indians are able to recover, and great field position once again. This defense is feisty out there.
So Roseburg gets another takeaway, 11:31 to play in the first half, and Roseburg has it at the Gresham 41-yard line. That was a, let's see, I said they got it at the 41. I think it was going to be good enough for a first down. I think they started at their 30, right? That drive for Gresham. Yeah. So it was a pickup of about 11 before the fumble.
It was about 14 yards and then kind of 3 yards ahead of time.
And then came back a little bit. Timeout down on the field. Let's go ahead and get in one real quick as well. A 30-second timeout. You are tuned in for Roseburg football here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Okay. Stay tuned for the Quality Fence halftime show coming up here. 11:30 to go in the second quarter. Tonight's game brought to you by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? We will have a look at your BTB Moving out-of-town scoreboard. We're getting scores reported to us. If you've got something, tweet at us. Search 1490 The Score on Twitter and hit us up with some scores from the games you know going on. Looking to pass out into the flats, have a man open. Caught. Dre Burwell makes the first man miss, gets to the 20 before he's tackled out of bounds inside the 19. And that is going to be a first down for Roseburg as they take it down to the 19-yard line. A 22-yard pickup on the pass completion. Kimball finding Dre Burwell.
Love to see it. Taking a shot right after the turnover. Back-to-back turnovers for this Indians team, and then you can go with the explosive play offensively. And Kimball right now 2 of 4, 36 yards.
They'll set up on the left hash mark. Reitman is the back in the backfield. They've got Austin to one side of the line, Bowers to the left side. Tight to the line of scrimmage as a wideout is St. Clair as they get motion up front. 1st and 10 from the 19, and it's going to be encroachment on the defense. Gresham on their heels for a second consecutive week, and right now they're trying to be aggressive at the line, and it's cost them a couple of times.
And it's really just the motion of Roseburg. They've been able to motion the wing back, kind of go right behind where the quarterback is, and then they'll stop, motion it back to the wide receiver. And I think that Gresham's just expecting the snap to be taken at that time, and they're encroaching because of that movement.
Kimball will go under center with the ball at the 14. 1st down and 5. 2 receivers tight to the line. Stedman to the left side. Kimball's going to keep it. Gets around the left edge. Slips through a tackle. Penalty flag is out from the backside of the play as Kimball stumbles his way down to about the 6-yard line. They spot him at the 7, but this could be coming back here where the area that flag is at.
Feels like offensively the last couple of drives it's been 1 step forward, 2 steps backwards for Roseburg. A lot of penalties offensively.
Chop block, yeah. So Roseburg's going to be moving backwards on the illegal block. The offense, has been shooting itself in the foot a little bit, but defense and special teams, the name of the game right now. Roseburg leading 14-0. They've had turnovers on the last 2 plays for Gresham. A punt return, fumble takeaway, and then a fumble on the first play after the kickoff. And Roseburg has been able to set themselves up in good position, but the penalty takes them all the way back to the 29. They'll pitch it going the opposite direction of everybody else on the field, out around the right side. Burwell, a stiff arm. He gets around the defender, takes it to the sticks. It's going to be right at the marker, and they spot him down at the 8, but let's see what another penalty flag is about out that direction. Looked like it could maybe be a face mask as Burwell tried to get the defender off of him, but reaching to try and get around the stiff arm. The defender might have gotten a little bit of the face mask. We'll wait to see the official ruling. It is, it's actually going to be against Roseburg, it looks like.
Yep.
It's a personal foul. It's a face mask against the offense, not a call you see very often.
Looks like maybe that wide receiver on the far side blocking got his hands a little bit too high on the blocking attempt. Might have even been Burwell as he's looking to stiff arm a defender, and he just reaches in, grabs the face mask, and pulls him down.
Ball moves back to the 28-yard line, so actually Roseburg will end up out of that, gaining 1 yard because they started that last play on the 29, but they count off the penalty from where it was committed, and so Roseburg actually gains a yard out of it, but they still are facing 1st and long. They'll try to pitch it the other side with blockers out in front. Caden Austin weaves his way to the 20, gets down the sideline, and taken out of bounds inside the 15. And now there's a penalty flag out on the far side of the field.
Laundry flying everywhere. Whew.
This will be the 4th consecutive play with a flag, a hanky coming out. And this one is nowhere close to where the flag or where the play was going, but it's a legal motion on Roseburg, so they'll be moving back once again. That is 3 straight penalties on the Indians. Getting scores reported to us here, and just saw mention that up in Corvallis they had a lightning strike.
We're getting a beautiful sunset here.
I know, it's beautiful weather here. The clouds are looking gorgeous out there. The one thing not looking great is Roseburg moving the wrong direction here. They are now back out to their own, to the Gresham 33. They were all the way down to the Gresham 14-yard line before all these series of penalties started happening. Looking to pass now, Kimball going to go over the middle on the seam route. Caught by Austin at the 5. He gets bounced around, but he's over the goal line. Touchdown, Roseburg.
What a throw. Corey Kimball able to put it on the money. Right up to Caden Austin, right up the middle, just over the defender. And Austin uses his speed and power to muscle his way into the end zone. Yards after the catch. How about the start offensively for Kimball? 69 yards in the air, 61 yards on the ground, and a couple of touchdowns.
10-11 to go in the first half, and it is now 20-0. Roseburg in front. The PAT attempt by Michael away. He had enough behind it, and he does get it inside the upright. Kick is good for Roseburg, and the Indians are on top 21-0 here in the first half with 10-11 left to play against the Gresham Gophers. What a strike. Are we stat padding here? They just kept moving backwards so that Corey Kimball could throw a longer touchdown pass to Caden Austin, who adds to the 2 he had last year, gets his first of the year here tonight. Roseburg in front 21-0. And right now, I was going to say you probably can't ask for much better start, but actually the defense, the penalty flags is definitely an area that you want to see get cleaned up here as this game goes on. But
no doubt. But
you have a lead, so I guess you can't be too upset about it.
I mean, you're up 21-0. That's something to be said. You're going to win a game if the other team's not scoring, and you are. But, I mentioned it earlier. I said it was like 1 step forward, 2 steps backwards. Well, that 1 step, that was a huge lunge right there for Roseburg to get into the end zone.
That drive is a statistical anomaly. Let's see here. It took 1 minute 21 seconds. They covered 41 yards in 2 plays, but there were 4 penalty flags on that drive. The drive started at the 41, got to the 14, then went all the way back to the 33, and then a touchdown pass from Corey Kimball to Caden Austin. Along with Knight Ureski, I'm Joey Kieran. This is Roseburg football here on The Score. The kickoff away as the beautiful new LED lights are starting to illuminate the field. Jacob Michael will put it into the end zone for a touchback. Talking about the lights, folks that are watching online, thanks to the Cow Creek Tribe, might notice after touchdowns a little bit of flashing lights. The new LED lights allow them to put on a bit of a light display here.
Yeah.
I was kind of curious to find out what that was going to look like. They've got orange lights kind of illuminating the light poles on the far side of the field. And after the touchdowns, they can get all the lights flashing and really provide some energy as well. It's kind of looking pretty cool out there.
No doubt. It's kind of that college football type of vibe out here. Friday Night Lights, though.
And we are enjoying it so far, 21-0. Roseburg in front of the visiting Gresham Gophers. Low snap. Munoz picks it up. He's going to just try to scramble. Gets across the 20. He will make the first man miss. Bounces it to the outside. Now he fumbles it. Has a teammate behind him there to pick it up. Landing on top of that one, Nixon Nippert will help save the day. Roseburg, I think it was Reitman from behind. He makes the punch out, knocked it loose, but able to jump back on top of it was Nippert.
Whew. Lucky right there, but man, this Roseburg defense is just feisty right now. They're just getting after it, punching the ball out, trying to get the ball back offensively.
That'll go down as a 19-yard gain for the Gophers out to the 39-yard line. Roseburg has forced a turnover the last 2 times that Gresham has touched the football. 4-man front. They will be a keeper for Munoz. He'll pass downfield. Intercepted! It's McLean Stedman with the pick, and Roseburg gets it back once again here in the first half.
What a play! Stedman just jumped the route, able to hang on to the ground, and the Indians again another turnover.
Well, there is the first INT of the year for the Indians. And McLean Stedman makes the grab, falls down, doesn't get much of a return, but he didn't need to as he'll set up Roseburg in Gresham territory. 9:34 to go in the first half, and the Indians have it at the Gresham 39-yard line. What a start for this Roseburg defense, and they hung their hat on that in the final game last year against Grants Pass. They won that one 7-3 with a huge defensive effort, and they're coming out and showing strong defense again this year. Takeaway by the Tribe. Under center goes Kimball. Turns, hands it off to Simpson. He will take it up the left side of the line, follow the big blockers in front, and now they're that fake on the dive working out pretty well there for Simpson as he was able to kind of have that mesh point with Corey Kimball, and it had the defense fooled. They had Kimball all wrapped up as Simpson was able to, with some kind of soft coverage, be able to make his way upfield.
We're also starting to see Simpson get more involved in the offense. Really wasn't there that opening drive. All of a sudden, he's up to 4 carries and 21 yards.
Picks up 7 on that one. He'll be about 3 yards behind Kimball under center. George Gibby, the center, ready for the snap. The left-handed snap back. It'll be a take for Simpson again. It was second down and short, and it looks like he's got enough to move the chains as he'll take it to the 28-yard line, picking up 4, and it'll be first down Roseburg.
He's getting a lot of the carries now, and it's just that read up the middle. And, I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's working right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Sun is set as we are making our way towards the 8 o'clock hour here. Starting to feel a bit more comfortable here in the booth after a warm one here today.
Polo weather, Joey.
Yeah,
Polo
it's polo weather right now. And these lights, man, these new LED lights really illuminate this field. It's looking great here at Finley Field. And the score right now in favor of Roseburg, 21-0. 8:37 to go in the first half. Man in motion. It's a run up the middle again for Simpson, who got tied up, and then a linebacker comes across. Maldonado just lays him out. A hard hit there on Simpson, but he earns some good yardage on first down. The carry goes to the 24, picks up 4.
I mean, he felt it right there. That was a big hit from Maldonado.
But it does look like Simpson came out of the game on that one. Gets a pat on the back as his teammates congratulate him on some good hard-earned yardage. He's had 3 straight carries on this one for a total of 15 yards. Second down and a long 5 here for the Tribe. Ball just inside the 25-yard line. And they'll give it to Uraguin. No, keeper for Kimball. He goes to right side. Defense doesn't know who has the ball. He makes his way inside the 10. The pile stood up at about the 7. And maybe, they'll give him to the 7-yard line. It looked like Corey Kimball was chasing a defender who had no clue he had the ball right behind him.
You're exactly right, Joey. It just looked like everybody thought the ball went to the running back. Next thing you know, Kimball's sprinting out towards the right side.
There's a pickup of 17 on the play for Corey Kimball, who had the 53-yard touchdown run to start out the ball game for Roseburg. Roseburg has forced turnovers on the last 3 possessions for Gresham, and that has set them up with short field. They've been able to capitalize for a couple of touchdowns. And right now they're looking to add to another one. They lead 21-0. Clock running at 7:18 to go first half. And that mesh point didn't quite work there. Uraguin out of the backfield got the handoff, but contact with Kimball on that, and it kind of knocked Uraguin off his feet. He stumbles to the 6, picks up 1.
Okay, so it didn't work that time. But you got to keep going to it. I mean, the power of attack has been going up the middle, and I think it opens up the passing game a little bit, and we saw it open up the run game once again for Kimball, who's now up to a total of 78 yards on the ground.
McLean Stedman runs the play in for the Indians. They will set up with Austin tight to the right side of the line. You've got Burwell to the left. Uraguin is the back in the backfield. Burwell moves in motion, fake the pitch to him. They'll give it on the reverse. Wide open. Austin in for another touchdown. Roseburg back on the board.
Beautiful play design. You fake the pitch, hand it off, and next thing you know, everybody's going to the right. Whoop, we're going to the left. Touchdown, Indians. And what a first half it's been for Roseburg.
TD run of 6 yards for Caden Austin. His second touchdown of the night. And now the PAT unit out looking to put another one through is Jacob Michael. Nice, beautiful kick down the middle. And Roseburg is pulling away here in the first half on top, 28-0 over the visiting Gresham Gophers. 6:30 to go here in the first half. Gresham will have the football come in their direction once again. This broadcast of Roseburg football is brought to you by Chuck Swarm and Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? And by Flyway Travel. Contact the travel experts at Travel Leader Flyway Travel and make sure that you have an agent in your corner. Call 541-672-5701. That drive took 6 plays after the interception by McLean Stedman. The interception set up Roseburg at the Gresham 39. It took 6 plays. They cover 39 yards. It takes them 3 minutes and 4 seconds to add another touchdown on the board, and it's 28-0 here in the first half. Michael will kick it away once again. We got a great performance from the band to start out tonight. Hear the cheerleaders down there. Great to see everybody out, and great to hear Finley Field rocking here this evening. Roseburg will look to try and keep the home fans happy, and hopefully it attracts a few more of you to come on out for next week when Roseburg's back at home here again. Another beautiful kick there by Jacob Michael. He just slices it through one of the corners of the end zone for a touchback.
Second time he's done that.
Yeah, and able to keep it inbounds and through the end zone. Looking pretty good there. So it'll be a touchback out to the 20-yard line for Gresham once again. So for Gresham, they had a punt. They got it on the punt. Caden Luther stole it, returned it for a touchdown, 39 yards. Next possession, kickoff, first play, a fumble recovered by Roseburg. And the Indians would turn that into a touchdown. Next possession, second play of the drive, Gresham and throws an interception taken away by Roseburg. They turn that into a touchdown. So what happens here on this fourth consecutive drive? Can Roseburg continue the defensive dominance? They'll set up with a four-man front, three linebackers spread out. Looking to pass is Munoz. Pressure up into the pocket. Steps out to the right. Gets flushed out that way. Tries to keep the defender off him. And able with one hand keeping Tyler Reitman off him. He throws downfield short of his intended target, but able to get it away and avoid the sack.
This defense is just getting after it right now for Roseburg. Able to pressure the quarterback right away once again. And Munoz right now just 2 of 7. Has the interception. The defense has held them to just 14 yards. They've done a good job so far.
Out there at the linebacker core for Roseburg, Tyler Reitman is manning the middle. You've got Luke Robbins spread out to the right side, and on the left side, that is Spencer Bingham. Your 3 linebackers out there. Looking to pass again, looking to his left, steps up in the pocket, throws downfield, has a man open in space, caught, and across the 35, falling down at the 36. The catch made by Nixon Nippert, and that completion will move the chains, and there's not been a lot of that for Gresham tonight. Maybe their second first down of the evening.
Maybe.
As I think back at it, it has been very rare for them. It might be their first.
It's been a struggle for Gresham just trying to move the ball down the field. I think it is their first.
It might be the first that they've gotten themselves, not with the help of a penalty. They go on a forward pitch. This will go to the man going on the end around. That's Avery Lowe. It'll count as a pass play on the forward pitch by Munoz, getting it to Avery Lowe. So technically a pass on the shovel pass. Gets out to the 43-yard line. That is a pickup of 7 for Avery Lowe. Crowd reacts as he got kind of upended and spun down.
Yeah. Just thinking about it a little bit more, I think they got the first down and then there was the fumble right afterwards, but it doesn't necessarily count. Yeah.
5:19 and counting in the first half. Roseburg leading 28-0 over the visiting Gresham Gophers. White tops, blue trousers for the Gophers. Turning and a handoff, no fake the handoff, pass out in the flats, man open, that is Lowe. He can move. He gets to the 50-yard line, but good job by the defense for Roseburg, standing up out there on the far side. That is Noah Nelson out there that made the tackle, and that kept Lowe from getting anything extra as he got to the 50-yard line. Pickup of 7, and Gresham moving the ball a little bit here.
They are starting to move it a little bit. 3 straight completions for Munoz, but that time, again, 5 black jerseys on the area, swarming the ball catcher right there in Lowe.
They'll set up with one-man spread to the wide side on the right side. That's Cameron Buss out there. Move a man in motion. That's Nippert. Looking to pass again, Munoz. Wanted to go towards Buss, but it didn't open up. Now he's got nowhere to go. Gets flushed out. He gets out of the tackle by Parker and still on his feet, looking downfield. Going to launch it. Has a man wide open. It's caught by Nippert inside the 20. He goes down to the 15 and taken down. It looked like maybe around the 14. A penalty flag comes out after the play is done, and Nippert slow to get up. He had his bell rung a little bit. I think McLean Stedman was the guy there to bring him down, but a little bit of a hard hit, it seems, or going down hard there for Nippert, and he's in a little bit of pain.
Yeah, he just landed flat on his back right now. Trainer's coming out to look at him.
Lindsey Cockerham, the athletic trainer for Roseburg, does a great job, thanks to Centennial Orthopedic, one of the sponsors here for the broadcast, as well as a supporter of Roseburg football during game nights. And Lindsey there to help out, along with the doctors there, and will get up and get a chance to walk off the field for Nippert. He's going to walk off underneath his own power, which is good. Now we wait to see what the penalty flag was. The ball was down to the 14-yard line, I think it was. There's the white cap. And it looks like it's going to negate this entire play because Gresham's walking way back.
Yep, ineligible man downfield. That's what I was thinking. I mean, with a play like that where the quarterback's running all over the field, oftentimes the offensive line tends to just drift upfield a little bit, thinking that the quarterback's going to run or that the play's over. I mean, it looked like the play was going to be over at the last minute.
Yeah.
He's able to break free, find the open man downfield, and that just negates everything. It would have been a huge play for the Gophers.
Crazy, though, that the flag was thrown down at about the 25-yard line.
So late, too.
Way away from the play, so... Interesting. It'll be first down and 15. They're going to pitch it out to the far side, looking to sprint around the edge. Got the corner there, up across the 50 to the 45-yard line. Cameron Buss on that carry. A little toss play, just using the speed of Cameron Buss to get around the edge. Takes it into Roseburg territory, makes it second down and 5 for the Gophers. Actually going to get it just inside the 45, it looks like, to the 44.
It was a nice pickup from Buss and a little bit of a cool play design for Gresham. They snapped the ball to the right side of the quarterback, and then he pitched it over to the left side, drawing the defense towards the quarterback's right side, everybody away from that far sideline where the Gophers targeted.
There's a pickup of 11, makes it second and 4, 3:33 and counting here in the first half. Dre Burwell looking like he's going to try to send some pressure. He will blitz. They put pressure. Munoz up into the pocket at the line of scrimmage, tosses downfield, but his throw was just a hair low. Didn't get enough behind it as he had to get that ball. He was at the last second before he got across the line of scrimmage. And so he got the pass away in time, came up short, incomplete.
Man, he's mobile in the pocket.
Just a junior, Liam Arnold Munoz. And he has looked good last week, threw for 90 yards, had 2 touchdowns. He also ran for 21. It was a couple of late scores for Gresham that got him on the board, but they were trying to find something against the Ben Lava Bears a week ago. They're facing third down and 4 here with the clock stopped at 3:23. A man in motion from right to left. They'll pass it left side, pitch it left side, and not a lot of room to go, and track down from the backside. It's Tyler Reitman who will bring down the ball carrier. Cameron Buss, nowhere to go, loses a yard back to the 45.
Nice play once again by the Roseburg defense, able to just swarm to that outside, force Buss inside, tried to cut it back outside, and Reitman at that point had too much speed to stop and just continued forward and was able to bring down Buss.
Tyler Reitman, all-league selection a year ago. He has been dynamite as a linebacker for a couple of years for this Roseburg club, and his senior year off to a great start here. He is just looking dynamite, patrolling the middle at that linebacker spot. They'll set up on fourth down and 5. Nothing to really hold that back from here, and they're going to get Roseburg on the hard count. That was A.J. Baker in the middle, moving early, and that should be a first down there for the Gophers.
That's a brutal break for this Roseburg defense, which has been so stout all game. And the Gophers giving the Indians a little bit of a taste of their own medicine. Little snap count. Encroachment, which we've seen called so many times so far tonight with the motions that Roseburg's been able to cause the early jumps from.
Got to be disciplined here, but early on in the season, seems as if both teams are looking to try and just get that all down. The penalty takes it out to the 40-yard line on Roseburg's half of the field. Looking to pass, still in the pocket, weaving around, looking like Lamar Jackson last night, throwing on the run, nearly knocked away, but it gets to Lowe. He'll weave around a defender inside the 30, picks up the first down as he gets to the 28.
Wow. I mean, you mentioned Lamar Jackson. He reminds me a lot of Cam Ward, Miami quarterback right now, former Wazoo quarterback. Just the way that he's able to maneuver around the pocket, keep the play alive, and then throw it downfield. I mean, he looks sharp out there.
12-yard completion to Avery Lowe. Munoz buying himself time. That ball almost was knocked away by one of the Roseburg defenders just a hair late. It'll set up first and 10. Ball on the left hash mark. Munoz in shotgun with Buss in the backfield to his right, a yard in front of him. 2 targets either side. Looking to pass. Has some time. Rolls out to his right. Looking downfield. Pressure. Caden Luther can't bring him down. He'll pitch it forward to Buss, who leaked out. Buss at the 22 gets brought down He got hit hard there as he was going down. Tyler Reitman in the area coming in as well for Roseburg to help make the stop. Carson Tyler, pass completion, keeps the clock going down to a minute 14. Picked up yardage down to the 22, a pickup of 6 on the completion to Buss. And trying to go quick here, Gresham. They go no huddle back to the line, but timeout called. Roseburg had just one timeout left. So for those that are watching, I don't know if it was Roseburg that called the timeout or not. Gresham had 3 left, so I just wanted to get our scoreboard accurate there for everybody. And I think it's the officials that call the timeout, and they bring Mateo Reynaga to the sideline. Must have been some sort of issue that they – oh, no, a penalty in there. And I was not looking at the official as he signals it.
First down.
Well, the penalty, costs Roseburg, and Gresham gets the first down. Penalty takes it out to the 17-yard line, a 5-yard penalty. And now we're going to have a timeout by Gresham. We're 66 seconds away from our halftime break. The halftime show coming up, brought to you by Quality Fence, Quality Fence. Looking forward to the halftime show there. Sponsorship from Quality Fence. Got the wrong read written down for him, so we'll get that corrected. It's not just the football team that's having their first game that they're trying to work through everything. The broadcasters here as well. Hey, want to let you know tonight's game brought to you by Fisher's Hearth & Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. And by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone's welcome to shop. We got a lot of scores that we will pass along to you tonight. We had everybody in Douglas County was in action here tonight, and that is just great to see. No games tomorrow. There were no games yesterday. Everybody in action on a Friday night. You'll love it. And we'll try to pass along scores from games going on. We've got some scores report from Douglas County as well as scores from other games of note for Roseburg as a new conference, a lot of Eugene Springfield and down to Eagle Point and Crater that we are paying attention to this year with Roseburg making the move to 5A. So that'll be coming up. That's your out-of-town scoreboard update brought to you by BTB Moving, providing labor services for your moving needs. Veteran-owned, affordable, dependable, efficient, and careful. Senior and veteran discounts are available. Book now at 541-315-0122, or you can find them on Facebook, BTB Moving. Looking to pass out into the flats, caught at his shoe tops, moving around defenders. Avery Lowe will hang on to the football down to the 9-yard line. And the offense for Gresham starting to find some momentum. They'll have second down and short as they go no huddle. Back to the line, spread out 2 targets to the right side. Down to 46 seconds to go in the first half. Gresham trying to break the goose egg. Handed off, Buss bounces out of the backfield, gets hit from the backside, gets taken down. He'll move the chains though, and that'll stop the clock. Now is Jack Banna, big Jack Banna coming in to make the tackle, and a timeout taken by Gresham as well. So the clock stopped. Actually, he's going to be right at the line of scrimmage, and they're going to say not a first down.
No.
They'll be just, down there moving it, and they'll drop the sticks. It'll be first and goal from the 7.
Whew, what a hit, though.
Jack Banna, big guy, senior. He has been impressive. Jack Banna, offensive lineman, all-league selection, but he's been a great one defensively. Yeah, beautiful sunset here tonight. Great colors out there. The sliver, the thumbnail of the moon out there in the distance over the Callahans. Beautiful night here in the Umpqua Basin.
Loving it.
Longest drive for Gresham of the night. This one started with 6.5 minutes to go in this first half. They've counted it all the way down to 37.2 seconds to go before the halftime break. It'll be first down and goal from the 7. Roseburg a 4-man front, 3 linebackers. In the backfield, 2 backs along with Munoz. The deep man is Buss. They give it to him, trying to sprint right up the middle, slips out of 1 tackle. The spin move takes him to the right and down to the 3 or 4 yard line. They're going to put it at the 3, a pickup of 4 on the carry for Buss. Clock continues to run down to 22 seconds. They got the fullback in there. Bus sets up to the right. Nope, now he'll get motion back behind Munoz. Down to 13 seconds. Munoz will pitch it left side to Bus. Running over the left side. Has blockers out there. Roseburg trying to set the edge around the corner and out of bounds just shy of the goal line. Out at the, we'll see where, ooh. I thought he was closer to the goal line than that. They only give him down to the 3. No gain on the carry for Cameron Bus. Back there he had the fullback Jesus Maldonado blocking for him, almost helped him get the edge, but Roseburg did a nice job of forcing him to the sideline.
Yeah, they're going to give him a gain of 1 to the 3, though, but still, really good job solidifying that edge on the far sideline, and it looks like Gresham's going for it, despite there being just 6.2 seconds on the clock.
3rd and goal from the 3, 6.2 on the first half clock. Munoz in shotgun, Bus to his right. Move a man in motion, left to right, that's low. Rolling to the right, looking to the end zone, has a man wide open, and it's caught. Touchdown, Gresham. Wide open in the back of the end zone. The Gresham Gophers get on the board. Touchdown grab for Christian Martinez.
He had a couple of options. It looked like he overthrew the shallower wide receiver who was open, and then he overthrew it right to the back of the end zone, and Martinez was right there, and that's what you're able to do with that rollout to the right side. You're moving everybody towards that near corner, and all of a sudden he throws it back towards the center of the end zone, and wide open right there was Martinez.
PAT attempt by Maldonado is good. And Gresham will put 7 on the board before the halftime break. Keep a little bit of hope left in this one before they go to the locker room. So it is 28-7 with 0.1 seconds. Whew. There's exactly 1 second on the clock.
It was gutsy.
Can Roseburg pull something off on a kickoff return? Yeah, great drive there. Really, that was one that was much needed for Gresham. They had not had any sort of offensive momentum. A punt return, fumble, return for a touchdown, and then a fumble on the next drive and an interception on the one that followed that. 3 straight turnovers for the Gophers, and they were reeling, but they answered there with a drive that took 6 minutes and 29 seconds. They cover 80 yards, and minus the penalties here, they end up running 14 plays on that drive.
Yeah, Munoz, 7 of 8, 57 yards on that drive.
It'll definitely be one that they will look at as they go to the locker room and say, look, here's what we did right. Now let's see if we can continue to do it in the second half and maybe come back and stun this Roseburg team that felt good being up 28-0. The kickoff will be coming. This will be the first kickoff return for Roseburg since the opening kick of the ball game. Deep to return, Byron Irving and McLean Stedman back there. Although the kickoff we saw from Maldonado didn't go especially deep. This one will be, I might have hit an up man. That might be a live football. It is recovered by Roseburg. It's Uraguan that jumps on top of it. And they didn't start the clock. The ball will be down at the 32-yard line. Now they will run it out, and that's going to do it for the first half. So the final play of the first half will be the kickoff. They just hit it off of one of the up men to get the clock started and send us to the locker room. Here at the halftime break, Roseburg is leading 28-7 on top of the visiting Gresham Gophers. Roseburg looking to try and get a season-opening win for a second consecutive year. They won big over Beaverton to start out things last year. We'll see if they can get something to start out on the right foot coming up here in 2024. We're going to go ahead and take a 2-minute timeout, and when we come back, it's time for the Quality Fence Halftime Report. We'll recap the first half for you, get you a look at some stats, and get you all caught up on what's going on around the Umpqua Basin and beyond here tonight. We'll also get a chance to check out the Roseburg High School Marching Band for the first time this season. Back after a 2-minute timeout on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
When the first Cascade branch opened in 1948, things were a lot different here. The fact they're still here says a lot about the way they do business.
Staying in business for 75 years requires the cooperation of generations. It's the desire to learn and grow with your community.
My account number is only 5 digits long. What that tells me is that this is a local credit union.
Cascade Community Credit Union would like to thank you for 75 years of growth and support here in Douglas County.
Welcome you back here to the Quality Fence halftime report from Finley Field. The Roseburg Indians lead this one 28-7 here at the break. A great start for the Indians, pulling out to 28-0 with 6.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Gresham would get a score on their final drive of the period, wearing off the final mostly the 6.5 minutes there. They used all but 1 second to get their first score on the board, and that is our halftime score here from Finley Field. The Roseburg High School marching band out on the field getting ready to go, but before we allow them to entertain us for a few moments here, Knight Ureski and Joey Kieran here in the booth. Knight, looking at that first half, I mean, there's areas to clean up, but it's week one of the season. You kind of expect that that's going to be the case. And overall, though, I think Roseburg can be really excited about how their defenses looked and be, optimistic about how things have gone at times for the offense.
No doubt. And, I mean, coming off a year where it really wasn't their year, they had a lot of optimism heading into the season, and what a start it was defensively for this team. Held Gresham scoreless up until the very end. I mean, it took them until 1 second to go to score a touchdown, and we find ourselves at 28-7 right now, but you got to look at the positives. 3 turnovers for this team, a couple of fumble recoveries, the long play on the punt return. Caden Luther, what a play that was.
What a play.
I mean, that was the play of the half, and what a start for Corey Kimball. I mean, he had a really good first half as well. Ran the ball 6 times, 78 total yards, and then he also threw the ball 5 times, had 69 total yards and a touchdown. He looked really good, as well as Caden Austin. I mean, a lot of guys are clicking defensively. Things look really good, but the offense at times struggled. A lot of penalties, but a lot of positives at the same time.
Definitely a lot of definite positives to take away from this one so far here at Roseburg High School. Roseburg forces 2 3-and-outs for Gresham in the first quarter, then gets 3 takeaways in the second quarter. The one lone drive that was anything positive for Gresham so far was that final drive of the first half when they would march 80 yards down the field, 14 plays, and score on a 3-yard passing play from Munoz to Martinez. In the first half, some other numbers here. 53-yard touchdown run for Corey Kimball to start out the game to give Roseburg a 6-0 lead. That was your score after 1. It was Caden Luther who ripped away the football on a punt return, stole it, and would score from 39 yards out to make it 14-0 on a 2-point run by Carson Uragwin. Roseburg would get the ball back after forcing a fumble and recovering, and Roseburg would then score in 2 plays. After many penalties on the drive, Roseburg would finally get one in on a pass connection. First pass play for a score of the season. Kimball connecting with Caden Austin from 33 yards out. The kick good by Jacob Michael to make it 21-0. Roseburg would get an interception on the next drive. It was McLean Stedman with the pick, and then Roseburg would turn it into points. This time it was a 6-yard run by Caden Austin with the kick by Michael to make it 28-0 before Gresham would get on the board. This is your Quality Fence halftime report. We're going to try to collect some scores here, and we will take a look at your BTB Moving out-of-town scoreboard update, and we'll get you caught up on some of the action going on around the Umpqua Basin and beyond. But before we take a break, let's go ahead and listen in to the Roseburg High School Marching Band here at Finley Field. Well, I guess I didn't time that one out very well. We catch Roseburg's marching band as they start wrapping up their performance. They usually go for a while, but maybe they're still in their early portion of their procedures of learning all their routines and everything as well. Before we take a break, Knight, you got something for us there?
Yeah, just to give you a little bit of a score update. So we're talking about teams around the area. Douglas, they were up 7-0 against Harrisburg. Their game has now been canceled after severe weather after just one quarter due to a thunderstorm traveling over Harrisburg, causing the weather cancellation.
We'll try to track down some other scores, but it sounds like Douglas with that, and we know that South Umpqua had to move to Medford, and we saw reports of lightning in other areas. Mother Nature putting on a show tonight. Here in Roseburg, it's the Indians and the Gophers giving us some entertainment. We'll take a 2-minute timeout and be back with more of the Quality Fence halftime report here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Communications radio stations have joined forces with a news review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
Whether it's across town or across the state, moving is always a chore. So let BTB Moving help with your next move. BTB Moving is a labor-only company offering statewide services such as packing and unpacking, loading and unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. BTB Moving is an affordable veteran-owned company here to help with your next move. Call 541-315-0122 or find BTB Moving on Facebook. That's BTB Moving for all your moving needs.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Well, the sun has officially set. You can just see a haze of a little bit of orange off over the Callahans here. But it is nightfall here in Roseburg. And hopeful that we don't have any issues. But if you missed it there before we took that break, Knight Ureski reporting that Douglas having to have their game canceled. You say they were in the first quarter of that one?
Yeah, it's at 7-0. After one quarter, they canceled that game due to severe weather, according to mid-major here in Oregon. But nonetheless, I think it's a good start for Douglas. You know, the big victory last week. Douglas pulled off the victory last week against North Marion, 54-35, and they start the season 2-0, if you even call it that. I mean, in 2 1/4 games. I mean, if the game's canceled and you're leading 7-0, I think that's a win.
Put it in the books.
Put it in the books. 2-0 Trojans.
I don't know exactly.
Props to Coach Garcia.
We'll have to see how they do that one. I don't know if they would try to reschedule and finish that game tomorrow, or
if Connor Hahn scored it, can we just bring that
Just-
back to the other game. I mean, one
Just
quarter.
extrapolate that out to what it would have been over four
quarters.
corners. Yeah, definitely. I
Ties
think
Troy's record. That's what he wanted.
Connor Hahn was our interview guest during the Friday night pregame show here tonight, where Knight Ureski was talking with Connor earlier this week, and we brought that to you here earlier tonight on the Friday night pregame show, which starts every Friday at 6 and gets you caught up with the latest on high school football going on around Douglas County. Let's go ahead and take a look at our BTB Moving out-of-town scoreboard update, providing labor services for your moving needs. Veteran-owned, affordable, dependable, efficient, and careful. Senior and veteran discounts are available. Book now at 541-315-0122. Or find them on Facebook at BTB Moving. Taking a look. Big one that we were looking forward to seeing a score from tonight. Oakland, ranked number 2 in the preseason coaches poll at the 2A level. Lowell, ranked number 1. Those two teams going at it on the road for Oakland in that matchup, and they are tied at 22 at halftime. That is a battle going back and forth there in that ball game. We'll keep you posted in the second half. Earlier tonight, it was Elkton unfortunately suffering a 39-6 loss against Triangle Lake in a top 10 matchup in 6A football. So there is that one. Also up at Sutherland High School at halftime, 38-0, Sutherland in front. As they are getting the win there. Love to see that. So 38-0 for Sutherland at halftime against the Pleasant Hill Billies. And Dan Bain has the call of Sutherland football again this year on I-101 FM. That's a tough one for him there. He's been calling Sutherland football for years. He's, I wouldn't call him a homer, but I think he is happy when Sutherland wins. But they're facing his alma mater tonight, and he is a proud Billy. And so he said he wins no matter what tonight. But
that's a good mindset to have.
Yeah, positive all the way around.
Yep.
So there are a few scores there. Also from the league that Roseburg's in. So we've got a new league for Roseburg this season because the move to 5A. That league includes Crater, Thurston, South Eugene, Willamette, Churchill, Eagle Point, North Eugene, and Springfield. And much of half of the league or so, all the 5A teams. So Roseburg, South Eugene, and Willamette are all 6A schools playing 5A football. And the 6A schools were the ones that didn't play in Week 0. Everybody else did. Crater and Thurston were the winners. Churchill, Eagle Point, North Eugene, and Springfield all losing in Week 0. So we're going to be keeping tabs on those schools this season. And the rest of the league does have league games going on tonight. Churchill and Springfield, Crater and Eagle Point, North Eugene and Willamette, South Eugene and Thurston. So everybody else is playing a league game.
Yeah, Thurston's delayed right now in the second quarter.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, Eagle Point and Crater, they were, I don't know what point in the game, but they were tied at 14 in the last score update we had from that one. We need to get in one more break here before the third quarter begins, so why don't we do that now? We'll come back, and any other scores, we will pass along those to you as the night goes on. This has been the Quality Fence Halftime Report. Back after this quick 1-minute break here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Quality Fences, doing it right for you. Just ask your neighbor. Is doing it right for you.
Here at Roseburg High School, 28-7 our score at the break. The Roseburg Indians leading against the visiting Gresham Gophers, who Gresham might have a pretty spectacular drive home with all the weather apparently we're hearing about up north. Gresham will be traveling back up to the Portland metropolitan area. They will be they're just out there on the east side. We were talking about Dan Bain. He's calling Sutherland. He's been doing that for a while. His alma mater is Pleasant Hill. Well, I've kind of got the opposite feeling tonight. This is my rival from my high school playing days, the Gresham Gophers. I'm a proud Barlow Bruin from back in the day. For any of our viewing Gresham fans that are tuning in, I'm sorry. But, looking forward to, watching my rivals lose. That's just kind of the
have we heard the chant yet?
Yeah, we've heard it a few times.
Yeah?
I haven't heard them do it. We've heard me do it many times.
I was really hoping that shout-out on the pregame show, or not the pregame show, the Umpqua Basin tailgate show would have spurred something.
Oh, great memories of the rivalry between between Barlow and Gresham back in my days in the early 2000s, eons ago. Before young Knight Ureski was even a glimmer in anybody's eye, I was out there manning it up out on the gridiron, and had some great fun there.
Not one, but two all-league performances?
Yes, two-time all-league linebacker for the Barlow Bruins. But Gresham the Gresham fans that might be tuning in, they can be happy in knowing that Gresham beat us both my starting seasons.
Not only that, but Gresham's finest is calling this game.
Wow. My goal, there was a time where my goal was to be welcome to Gresham, home of Joey Kieran. But unfortunately, we had Miss America from Gresham when I was up there, and her name was on there. And
but did she win 2 all-league?
No, but I don't think I can compete with Ryan Krauser, who has won multiple Olympic medals and is a world record holder in the shot put. So I think my dreams of being on the sign of welcome to Gresham are probably dead.
Is he on the sign?
If he's not, he should be. If he's not, somebody's messing up there. We're getting ready for the second half here. Gresham looking to try and make it a run in the second half as they get ready they will receive. Roseburg got the opening kick, so it'll be Gresham getting the ball to start this third quarter. And we're going to keep a track of what's going on around everywhere else. It's amazing to find out that everybody else is having weather issues. We've seen smoke come into play. Now we're seeing lightning storms coming through the region or through the state. Here in Roseburg, let's knock on wood, keep our fingers crossed. It has been pretty nice here.
Just an update, Del Norte is up 22-12 against Ashland.
A lot of games going on, and Ashland not in this new league for Roseburg, which is kind of interesting, but that's a traditional rivalry from a long time ago as well for Roseburg. And many of these schools.
They were a long time in the Midwestern League as
Midwestern League, yeah. Many of these schools, Roseburg used to be league opponents against way back when, but for many of them, they haven't played since quite some time ago. Roseburg has played Gresham within the last decade, so they've played them twice. We played up there to start out the Dave Heiberger era and played them again here at home, I think. Kickoff goes out of bounds for Jacob Michael. Some pushing and shoving, and the penalty flag will be for the kick out of bounds. Gresham will get the ball in pretty decent field position to start things off and see if they can build off of the drive they finished the first half with. See if they can continue that here in this second half and maybe get Roseburg on their heels just a little bit in this one.
Yeah, it was a really impressive drive at the end of the half, scoring with 1 second to go. And, it wasn't necessarily the best drive defensively for Roseburg's defense, but that entire first half, you put it together, it was an impressive first half defensively, and now the Indians look to get back on track here.
At the 35, ball in the middle of the field for Liam Arnold Munoz. He gets the shotgun snap, hands it off to Cameron Buss. He slips his way over the left side of the offense. Roseburg got a couple of shoulder pads on him, but nobody able to wrap him up initially. He gains short yardage on a hard run through a couple of tackles.
And it just has not been easy for him. 7 carries, 18 yards so far for Buss.
He's done some good hard running, but just not a lot of open space there. But he's done a good job of not going down on first contact, and he will set up in the backfield. He is to the right of Munoz. 2 targets spread to the right side of the formation, 2 to the left. A soft shotgun snap, pitch it to Buss, who then gives it to Lowe on the end around. They go on the reverse, and there is a penalty flag out at the end of the play as Lowe got out to the 41-yard line. It would be a pickup of about 4 if it stands.
Going to be interesting to see what the penalty is. Reitman was arguing that he didn't necessarily draw a penalty right there. I think they might call it on him, though.
There might have been a receiver out there trying to block. Maybe a hold could be in that area as he was trying to lead block. But
really good recognition, though, by Paxton Burke.
They were able to minimize the damage on that reverse play. Gresham trying to get Roseburg moving the wrong direction, but we'll see if the penalty hurts the Tribe here. The ball is spotted at the 40, which would be a pickup of about 3 if it stayed there. Now the official coming over to talk to Coach Watson, who's down on the sideline. Manning down there getting his first role as the head coach of the Indians, and it is a hold called against Gresham, and that'll move the Gophers back to the 30-yard line. So it'll be a net loss of 7 from the line of scrimmage and a loss of 10 from where that play ended back at the 40. It'll be 2nd down and 15 for the Gophers. Up to the line of scrimmage. 2 targets either side. In shotgun with Buss, a yard behind him to his left. Munoz claps for the snap, looking to his left, rolls out to his right. Not really anybody open, so he takes off, tucks it, gets to the sideline, took contact from Stedman, and they'll mark him out at the 33-yard line. Really not much of a gain there on the scramble for Munoz.
Just trying to extend the play once again with his feet, and he's done a great job of that throughout the game. That time actually keeping it himself, just his 2nd carry of the game.
So it'll make it 3rd down and long here. Roseburg forced a 3-and-out for the first 2 possessions of the first half for Gresham. They're trying to do it again here. They had the benefit of the holding call to help make this a long situation. The Gophers with the ball on the right hash mark as the offense moves left to right. Shotgun snap, Munoz looking downfield, has a man down that direction. Almost picked off on the far side. In coverage for Roseburg. Noah Nelson tries to high point it out there. Avery Lowe, the intended target, and neither able to bring it in. Nice job. Lowe had the position, but Nelson did a great job to high point that football.
Yeah, he just kind of sat back a little bit, waited, and as Lowe went up to try to high point the ball, it was Nelson able to swat it away, and he was trying to pull it back for an interception. Honestly, pretty good defense on Lowe's part as well, but a really good first defensive drive in the second half for Roseburg, right back on track.
So they'll force the punt unit to come out here with 10:40 to go in the 3rd quarter. It is Cameron Groh, the punter, the senior, will get the high snap, pulls it in, gets his big boot behind it. The right-footed kick lands at the 46 on Roseburg's half of the 50, and it'll take a Gresham roll down to the 27-yard line. So Roseburg will start with the football in their own territory. 10:28 to go in the 3rd quarter. Roseburg football tonight brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. Knight, I got a message I'm supposed to pass along here as there is a penalty flag out, so why don't you watch and see what that's going to do here. Senior Sunrise is coming up tomorrow, a chance for the class of 2025 seniors to come together the first weekend of the school year to enjoy in camaraderie and school spirit to kick off their last year at RHS. Students, they should arrive at 6:15 tomorrow morning, bring a blanket, and meet in the west end zone of the football field to watch the sunrise. There will be donuts, breakfast, snacks, chocolate milk, and juice. Senior Sunrise wraps up at 8 a.m. tomorrow. So if you would, if you know a senior, make sure they know about it to show up here tomorrow morning. It'll be an early wake-up call, but you get to watch the sunrise, get to enjoy in some camaraderie. That should be fun. Donuts are never a bad thing. So hopefully some of the class of 2025 at Roseburg High School will get a chance to take part in Senior Sunrise coming up tomorrow morning here at the football field at show up here at 6:15 a.m. Bring a blanket, enjoy the sunrise, enjoy some donuts, breakfast snacks, chocolate milk, juice. I would need a lot of coffee probably.
Yeah, that's pretty early. Do you? I remember my Senior Sunrise. Do you remember yours? Did you have one?
I don't think we had one.
Ours.
All right, real quick here. Did we find out what this penalty flag is about?
No, they're still trying to discuss it.
And I think we're about to get a call here. It's a hold against Roseburg on the punt. And they're going to redo the 4th down punt, so we're going to redo that there. There we go, get caught up on that. No, I don't recall having a Senior Sunrise event when I was a senior in high school.
I remember mine. Ours we actually did like during a school day. So like we got there early, and then we got to see the sunrise together. They gave us like breakfast burritos, and then you went to first period. that was like ideal because you were getting up early regardless.
Yeah.
I feel like getting up early on a Saturday is a little tough as a high schooler, but it is a special time.
It is fun.
Like, I definitely remember that as a senior, and I remember the people that I hung out with, and I think it's going to stick with me. I hope so. And I hope it does for this class of 2025 as well.
My early mornings going to school were always just to lift weights.
That was your sunrise.
Yeah, that was. I don't know if I'd call that necessary. I mean, camaraderie.
That's the reason why you were a 2-time All-League.
Yeah, I was swole. Yes. 10:28 to go. They're replaying the fourth down, and Gresham's going to try to go for it. Munoz rolls out, makes a man miss, scrambles, gets to the 50, and he's got the first down. And that holding penalty on the punt by Roseburg is going to be costly as it will turn into a first down. And now there's a man down for Roseburg at the end of that play on the opposite side. I believe that's Caden Luther who's down, and he seems to be in a little bit of pain over there, not getting up, and he's grabbing his right leg. And Julie Deaver, the former athletic trainer. Now it's Lindsay. She grabs the right leg and lifts up and starts stretching. I think it's a cramp. Let's hope that. But Caden Luther, that would be a huge loss if he were to not be able to be out there on the field. But they are stretching him out. And it's a hot one. So, hot, been sweating. It's kind of getting a little muggy. I could definitely see some cramping being an issue.
Yep.
So after that penalty, let's see. So it was a Roseburg penalty, I think. And then the run on the scramble by Munoz took it to the 47, Roseburg's half of the field. So they are able to convert on 4th and short. After being 4th down and about 12, it was 4th and 10 plus, and they got the holding penalty that gave them short yardage. They were able to convert it, and they keep the drive going thanks to that penalty by the Indians. Caden Luther still out there getting attended to. Again, senior sunrise tomorrow, 6:18 here at Roseburg High School. Thanks to Gwen Bartlett, who let us know about that, and hopefully they'll get a good crowd of seniors coming out to hang out tomorrow morning. 75 degrees here in Roseburg right now. Taking a look at our scoreboard and getting some updates from around the conference here. Churchill and Springfield are in a delay. It was 22-7 Churchill in front of Springfield with 2:27 left in the second quarter in that one. So that is unfortunate there for those teams. They were at Springfield. So it's like the Eugene area north is just getting hit with issues up there. Go ahead.
Yeah, Crater is currently leading 21-14 versus Eagle Point, middle of the third. That's a fun game.
Yeah, that should be a really good game down there. Probably a pretty good atmosphere in that one. And they were at Crater.
I can't believe that's week 1.
Well, it's week 2 for them. They
2.
all played last week as well, and Crater won in their game. Eagle Point lost their game, but Eagle Point giving Crater a challenge.
And that's a heck of a week 2 then.
Yeah. League play starts next week for Roseburg. The Indians will be hosting Churchill for their first league game. All right, after the injury timeout, it's 1st down and 10 for Gresham with the ball at the Roseburg 47. And they will wind the clock now. 10:20 and counting in the third quarter. It's 28-7. Roseburg in front. Munoz had to tuck it and run. He is wrapped up. Pulling him in. The tackle made for Roseburg by Aiden Nutter, who gets his arms around the quarterback and drags him down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the scramble for Munoz.
I mean, Munoz, other than that first quarter, he's been really impressive for Gresham, just maneuvering around the pocket, trying to just get positive yardage. It feels like the defensive line's getting to the backfield in a hurry, but he's been able to make something out of nothing so many times, and that time even just getting back to the line of the scrimmage is a win for the Gophers.
9:41 and counting here in the third quarter. Ball on the right hash mark, 2nd and 10. To the left of Munoz is Maldonado. He'll move Nippert in motion right to left. Bad snap on the ground, and all he could do was jump on it. Munoz gets on the football. On top of him was A.J. Baker. And Munoz secures the football but will lose 3 yards on the bad snap. It looked like it might have just hit the leg on the shotgun snap for the center.
I think that's the second time I've seen that happen for the Gophers. Miscommunication. The first time was that opening drive, and I mean, they've done a good job shoring up the passing game, but all of a sudden, after something positive for Gresham, it's been back-to-back negative plays.
Makes it 3rd down and 13. This drive extended on a holding penalty on a punt by Roseburg. And the Gophers trying to make the Indians pay. They trail by 21, trying to keep some positive momentum going. It's Maldonado in the backfield with Munoz. Nippert spread out to the right side along with Martinez, who has the touchdown grab for the Gophers. They try to set up the screen, and Munoz had a defender. That's Caden Luther. Good to see him back out on the field, applying the pressure, and Munoz had to get rid of the football quick, and he underthrows the receiver on the screen attempt.
Whew. It's good to see Luther running like that. Just got back to the backfield in a hurry, sprinting after Munoz and hurried up the throw, and the rush throw a little bit short of the screen. Could have been a disastrous play on the back end if that is completed.
You know, the offensive line will let a defensive lineman go through on the screen, and that can really hurt you, but Luther, with his speed, closed the gap and made that a very difficult throw for Munoz. And he came up with a big play on that one. It's 4th and 13. Here comes another punt attempt. The punt away. Roseburg did get some pressure. It's not a great punt. It'll take a bounce at the Roseburg 42, angle to the sideline, and settle down at the 38. So Roseburg will force the punt eventually, and they will get the ball back. Roseburg will have the football. They're going to start with 8:21 to go here in the 3rd quarter. And they'll have the ball at their own 38-yard line. Roseburg football on the score. Live video coverage presented by the Cow Creek Tribe. Again, if you are tuning in and listening to us on the radio, you can watch Roseburg football all season long. Head to our YouTube channel, 1490 The Score. Hit the subscribe button, and that'll make sure that you don't miss another one of our Roseburg High School sports broadcasts this fall season. Late man off the field for Gresham. Gets off in time. That was Nippert. Roseburg will go under center with Corey Kimball for the first time here in the second half. He will give it to Uraguin, who sprints over the right side. Really excited to see this Uraguin guy. Carson Uraguin, a senior. I was here for a couple of practices as we were getting ready for the kickoff to the season, and while watching them do runs from the sideline to sideline, he is the fastest guy on this team, it looks like, and he will be fun to see if he can find a seam to get going.
Not only that, but he also has some of the best hair on the team. Full-on mullet.
He definitely has a look going, that is for sure. 2nd down for the Tribe after a pickup out to the 43. That was good for a 5-yard pickup there for Uraguin. And they go right back to the well, and no, it's a keeper for Kimball. Late pitch on the far side to Bowers, and then he loses it out of bounds. We'll see where they spot the football out. Bowers had it. That could have been fun, but then a penalty flag out as well. I wonder if it's some sort of a blindside block out there, but a little late option pitch on the sideline. That could have been huge.
That was fun to watch.
Great play design here for the Indians early.
I'll tell you what, the deception of this team has been certainly on display here today.
And they've got a lot of weapons. Austin, Stedman, Irvin, St. Clair, Burwell, Nelson, Bowers there. We've seen Simpson and Uraguin and Reitman out of the backfield. There's a lot of weapons for this team at their disposal, and they're finding creative ways to get them the ball. It's going to be a 1st down, but they limit the play. So it's a penalty against Roseburg from the spot. They'll get credit for the 1st down, and then they back it up, and the ball will end up getting spotted at the 49-yard line on Gresham's half of the field. So I think they will count it out to the 39-yard line on the run by Kimball, which would have been a pickup of 18 yards for Kimball, but then the penalty will bring it back 1st and 10 from the 49. They run it left side. Kimball, trapped in the backfield, slips through it. Now he's got some space. Everybody else was downfield as he was trapped in the backfield. One defender back there slowed him up, but he slipped through it and was able to scramble his way to the 42-yard line. Good pickup after a broken play.
Yeah, he's over 100 yards now, but a little bit of a Houdini move right there, and just found some space. Almost broke it to the outside. If he could have just gotten past one more tackler, he would have had the option to potentially get that touchdown.
It'll be 2nd down and 3 for the Indians. Black tops, orange pants here tonight for Roseburg. A bit of a New Jersey look, and I'm liking it. Not New Jersey like the state, New Jersey like the combo. And up the middle, the seam route for Caden Luther. He looks for contact, drags the defender to the end zone. Touchdown, Roseburg!
And it's the ground game opening up the passing game once again for the Indians. Right up the middle. Beautiful throw from Kimball. And he's just done a great job not only on the ground but also in the air today.
Kimball connecting with Caden Luther from 42 yards, and Roseburg extends it out to 34-7. The PAT coming here for Jacob Michael. Right-footed kicker will get his boot behind it, kicks it away, and it does sneak inside the right upright. And that'll make it 35-7. Roseburg in front. Let's go ahead and take a 30-second timeout here on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Copy.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Roseburg football here on the score, brought to you by Centennial Orthopedics. Sports injuries and more. If it's your move, visit CentennialOrthopediatry.com. CentennialOrthopediatry.com. You might be better off on just Googling Centennial Orthopedics. That web address was hard to type out. We appreciate their sponsorship nonetheless. A 42-yard touchdown strike from Kimball to Luther. And the kick good by Jacob Michael. And Roseburg is ahead 35-7 here in the opener. Michael will kick it away once again. And right down the pipe, he'll send it through the back of the end zone. Roseburg football on the score also brought to you by Bricks Grill and Chill. Order online for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Visit bricksgrillroseburg.com. And we want to say thanks to one of our newer sponsors, McClendon Smokehouse, helping sponsor our coverage of Roseburg High School football here on the score. Boy, there's another update. Corvallis game canceled tonight. Hopefully the weather cooperates tomorrow. Oregon Ducks in Eugene. Late night one up there. Yep. Kind of same timeline, just 24 hours from now. Yep. Oregon Ducks taking on the Boise State Broncos. That's a game you can find on News Radio 93.9 FM and 1240 KQEN. Pregame starts tomorrow at 5, kickoff at 7. Shotgun snap to Munoz, starting at his own 20, throws it over the middle, off target. He had a receiver coming back towards the line of scrimmage, off target for Khalid Arthery.
And Munoz, he started the end of that first half with that 7-for-8 drive. He had 56 yards on that drive. Start the second half, 0-for-3.
It's been kind of hit and miss a little bit for him, and trying to find that groove once again. He'll set up on second down and 10 with the ball in the middle of the field. 2 targets to his right side. Cameron Buss in the backfield with him. He's got Martinez and Nippert to the left side. They're going to run it with the quarterback, and that is actually it's Lowe who got the run, and I think he was set up as the quarterback, and they had Munoz spread out far to the far side. Little wildcat.
A little bit of a toss play.
Oh, okay. So that'll take it out to the 27-yard line. A pickup of 7 on the ground for Lowe. I guess toss forward, so it was one of those forward shuffle passes that technically counts as a forward pass. Deep in the secondary, you've got Irvin and Burke back there patrolling over the middle, and they will help keep things covered up as Munoz is just going to have to try to scramble to pick up the first down on the far side. He gets spun out of bounds into his own bench out at the 32, and it looks like he's got enough to keep this one going for Gresham.
mean, he's trying to do it all himself here tonight. He's been impressive. I mean, he started a little bit slow, but Munoz has done a lot with his legs. And I mean, he's playing both sides, too. He's playing defense as well as a safety. He's really been an impressive player to watch here tonight.
So that'll set up 1st and 10 now for the Gophers at their own 32. They'll pitch it back to Buss, running over the right side. Not a lot there. He is swallowed up. Got a couple of defenders. Irvin in there, slapping the helmet. Coming up to help make the stop for Roseburg, Colby Batchelor, the junior, getting in on the stop.
Maybe saw his dad before the game. I'm sure he's a proud father right there, seeing his son get a tackle.
Also, Carson Tyler helping out, putting the pressure on. 4-man front. Up along that front line, some other names up there right now. Dakota James, a senior, in the middle for Roseburg. Munoz will move the running back up. New man in the backfield there. Looking to pass. Now will scramble to his left. Has not much open downfield. Going to tuck it and run. Stretches the football out, trying to get it out to about the 37. In the backfield for Gresham was a number 31 who was not listed on their roster. That was the new back in the backfield along with Munoz. But Munoz tuck and run makes it 3rd down as he gets it to the 36, picks up 4. 3rd and 6. 4:25 and counting here in the 3rd quarter. Roseburg on top, 35-7. Munoz looks for the shotgun snap. Gets it. Has some time. Steps up. Now will scramble again. And once again, he's got the 1st down.
He's really trying to do it all himself right now. Looks like we have an injured player on the near side.
Yeah, one of the wide receivers. That's Christian Martinez. Wait to see where they're going to spot the football at the 43-yard line. So a pickup of 7 on the ground for Munoz to move the chains. But now we hopefully will see a player up and walking off the field here soon after going to the ground. And kind of looks like we might see some more cramping here, as it looks like Lindsey is down there helping stretch out that player.
It is getting muggy.
Yeah, it's feeling muggy. It feels warmer than, what, we said it was 70-something here? It's like 78?
75 in the evening.
Yeah, it's pretty muggy. Thankfully, things are cooling off, and we're starting to get some more fall weather here coming up to give us all a break. Tonight's game has been sponsored by Gibbs RV Superstore. You got to get to Gibbs. And by Palm Wealth Management, a member of D.A. Davidson & Company, member SIPC. 3rd quarter action here from Roseburg. Couple of injury timeouts, but Martinez limps his way to the sideline, will sit down, and will try to get stretched out over there on the sideline, hydrate a little bit out there. Back out on the field comes the Gresham offense, facing 1st down and 10. 3 targets, trips to the right side of the formation. 4-man front for Roseburg. Reitman in the middle. The Indians will stay back, protecting, rolling out left side, penalty flag out. Munoz makes one man miss, gets tackled from behind, and will go down at the 45-yard line, but this play might be coming back for Gresham. That penalty flag in the area of holding. Roseburg looks like they're dropping those linebackers, knowing that it seems like Gresham is looking to pass on almost every down, and then in the process, Munoz takes off to run. They've got those linebackers really scouting and spying on the quarterback there, waiting to try and track down Munoz.
I mean, traditionally when a team is down 28 points, they're going to try to air the ball out, try to save some time. Roseburg, their offense has been run first, and that's drained a lot of clock. You saw it in the first half. They were able to control the clock for the first half, and I think that right now Gresham's just trying to get the ball down the field, and they really haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Their leading running back, Buss, coming into today, he has 8 carries, 18 yards. Munoz, he's been the leading rusher, 8 carries, 24 yards.
So loss of 10 on the holding penalty, back to the 33-yard line. They will pitch it in the backfield. This is the number 31 that has come into the game that we don't have on our roster. So apologize that we can't identify him by his name, but he will carry the football out to the 39-yard line, picking up 6. Makes it 2nd down. It was 1st and 20, picked up 6, 2nd down and 14 now. Out to the left side, Arthery along with Lowe, who's had a quiet night. Came in after 2 touchdowns in the first game of the season. Looking to pass, couple of slants over the middle, stepping up. Munoz, eyes downfield, still looking down. He'll tuck it and run, gets tackled into the Roseburg bench. Nice job by Burwell to wrap him up and use the sideline as a defender out to the 45. A scramble of 6 for Munoz. And it is 3rd down and 9. 3rd down and 8.
Pretty good pickup right there for Munoz, just getting positive yardage. And again, it just feels like he's trying to do it all himself right now. Hasn't had a lot of help. And, I mean, he's having to keep it himself. We saw it in the first half. He was extending plays, finding men downfield. Roseburg's just playing back right now, and so he doesn't have any options downfield. He has to keep it himself.
I'm not sure he would make it to Senior Sunrise tomorrow. He's probably going to be tired tonight. Looking to pass again here on 3rd and long, and Roseburg continues to put pressure. They flush him out of the pocket, dump it downfield, and it's Coach Matt Watson on the catch on the sideline. He tucked it in and looked to run downfield. He is an ineligible receiver. Thankfully, no penalty flag out. Incomplete pass stops the clock with 2:44 to go in the 3rd quarter. Roseburg leading by 28. 35-7 our score. It's 4th down and 8. Ball near midfield at the 45. And I would assume that Gresham, well, I don't want to assume anything because my assumption was going to be that the punting unit was coming out, and I don't think that's the case. Gresham needing some sort of spark here to try and mount a rally, and they are going to try to do it here. 4th down and 8. Here in the 3rd quarter, they're going for it. Snap back to Munoz, rolls out to his left. Roseburg's got guys in front of him. He'll get around the edge, tosses it to a man over the middle, gets to the 50, but will be short of the sticks. Avery Lowe on the catch, gets taken down for a 4-yard gain, and that'll be a turnover on downs by Gresham. But they do get the ball to the 50, and Roseburg will take over there with 2:35 to go in the 3rd quarter. Great defense continues to be the storyline in this one for the Roseburg Indians. They've got a special teams touchdown. They've had 3 takeaways in this one. The defenses look good, and the offense has been opportunistic. And it'll be interesting to see. Stick around in the postgame show, by the way. Knight is going to head on down to the field to get a word in with head coach Matt Watson as the game wraps up, so stay tuned for that. We've got a little ways to go, still 2:35 to go in the 3rd quarter. But Roseburg could get it to a running clock here soon. A pitch on the end around for Austin. He's already got 1 touchdown tonight. A pancake block there for one of the Roseburg receivers, and Austin turns the corner upfield for the 1st down carry as he takes it to the 31. Out there blocking Noah Nelson, just flattened a defensive back to pave the way for Caden Austin.
Caden Austin once again with his speed just bursting to the outside, and he's able to get some space thanks to that block from Nelson. I mean, this has been a dynamic rushing attack. We've seen several players contribute offensively on the ground, and it's allowed the passing game to open up. It's been an impressive offensive showing for the Indians.
19-yard pickup, 1st down and 10, left hash mark. It's Simpson in the backfield in a 3-point stance. You've got Bowers to the left side. He'll move in motion, and that gets the defense to jump, but there is the flag. I was going to say, did they stay onside enough? They did not. Roseburg will get the benefit of the penalty flag here. Roseburg's been doing this. They have 2 receivers as kind of a wing back on either side of the offensive line, set back from the line of scrimmage, and one guy on one side will move in motion kind of towards the backfield, and then as they get ready to snap, he stops and heads back to the side of the line of scrimmage that they were on, and we've seen that kind of pre-snap motion really affect Gresham here tonight. The football from the 31 gets moved down to the 26. Under center, Kimball. We got 2 backs in motion. They'll hand it off. Nope, it is a keeper for Kimball. He's been pretty good at being deceptive with handing and keeping, but a penalty flag out, and I think it might be the 2 backs in motion might be the reason for the penalty
you can't
here.
Do that. Oh, yeah, it is that illegal motion.
Illegal shift on Roseburg, and just confusion on what the play was going to be. I think you had Austin and Bowers both moving in motion at the same time, so Roseburg will back up. Coming into the ball game for the Tribe, Spencer Bingham, the senior, will take over for Jacob Michael, who goes to the sideline, another senior for the Indians. Second half here, Roseburg leading by 28. If they can get it to 35, we get a running clock for the rest of the second half, and that would not change. Once you get it there, it doesn't stop. So we could have a quick fourth quarter coming if Roseburg can get points on the board here in the final 63 seconds of the third quarter. Under center is Kimball. They move Austin in motion. He'll get it on the toss, left side with some space in front of him, but he gets run out of bounds at the 27-yard line. That stops the clock with 54.5 seconds to play in the period. It was still first down after all of the pre-snap motion. A offside defensive encroachment by Gresham moved him 5 yards forward. Then the illegal shift by Roseburg moved him back. So it'll be down to the 27-yard line.
You can hear the student section. They're getting rowdy right now.
Bowers in motion, fake the toss to him, handed off on the reverse for Austin to the left side, makes the first man miss, stays on his feet as he tight ropes the sideline, knocked out of bounds inside the 10, and actually they're going to spot him right at the 10-yard line. He worked his way down to the 5, but they say he stepped out before he got there. Caden Austin, we knew he'd be a weapon this year for the Tribe, and he continues to show it there. A pickup of 17 on the ground, stops the clock with 46.4.
He's up to 50 yards now in the game. He's really been a weapon with his speed. Now up to 51. They gave him an extra yard up to the 9.
All right, let's make a stat correction there. First down and goal from the 9-yard line for the Indians. Kimball hollers out as he waits for the snap from under center. Gives it. No, he kept it. And the defense not fooled. He'll fall forward for about a yard down to the 8. If he had given that to Uragwan, boy, he was a bowling ball all the way to about the 2-yard line. But a keeper for Kimball might just wear out this third quarter clock.
I mean, he's wanted to pull it back so many times. He's had this success. He's up to 104 yards now.
Took it down to the 7-yard line, picked up 2. You know what? One thing I'm actually enjoying about the new lights, the moths are not. We're not getting all the moths that we normally get up here in the booth that we had with the old halogens. Meanwhile, back on the field, clock running down, 4 seconds. Kimball will get the snap off in time. One more play in the third quarter. Pitches it late to Austin. Spin move gets him down to about the 2 or 1 yard line. And that is how the third quarter will come to an end. Roseburg leads this one 35-7, and they are knocking on the door. They'll have third down and goal from just outside the end zone when we come back after this 1-minute timeout on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
Uh, 12 minutes on the board. Roseburg facing third down and goal. They've got the ball at the Gresham 1-yard line. As we welcome you back for the start of the fourth quarter here. Along with Knight Ureski, I'm Joey Kieran. Here we go. The third down play from the 1-yard line. Handed off. It's Uragua, and he muscles his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Roseburg. And the Indians will get the 6. The extra point coming up, and if they can get it here, they will have themselves a chance at the running clock. touchdown run. First score of the season for senior Carson Uraguin. He dives it in from 1 yard out and gives Roseburg the 41-7 advantage. PAT coming here. And it'll be Jacob Michael to kick it. The spot is down. The holder, McLean Stedman, will get it down, and the kick no good, so we will stay at a 34-point game. Let's go ahead and take a 30-second break here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
In today's big box store, how-to YouTube video world, it is hard to do it yourself. If you're fixing your fence or putting in a new one, the only place to start is Quality Fence. We stock almost anything you need and take the time to show you how to really do it yourself. Visit the Quality Fence showroom in Roseburg and get great fencing ideas at QualityFenceCo.com.
Quality Fences, doing it right for you.
Well, Roseburg up 41-7 here in the fourth quarter. Night they have started to find some success, and great to see another senior find their way into the end zone.
No doubt he's going to be making it to senior sunrise tomorrow.
He'll be feeling good. He'll be feeling good about that one for sure. Well, we didn't get to the running clock, which we thought might be a chance there because of the missed PAT. So it's a 34-point lead in the second half. If a team leads by 35 or more, you get the running clock started, and then you can't revert back. So it'll stay with a traditional clock here at this point in time. Gresham trying to avoid having a second consecutive game where the clock gets to the running clock. After the touchdown by Uraguin, the kick away by Michael. He will power that one through the back of the end zone. That young man, that senior, has been working on his kicking leg, it seems, because he's really been getting the boot going.
Yeah, I mean, like, when he's got it, he's got it. He's obviously had a couple of times where he's missed and gone out of bounds, and that's caused a penalty, but, I mean, he can really boot it.
Yeah, he can. Stick around in the postgame. We'll get a chance to catch up with Coach Matt Watson as he is taking Roseburg to what looks to be a Week 1 victory here. So stick around for that. Tonight's game brought to you by B&S Automotive. B&S Automotive Services believes in the no BS approach. Say goodbye to the runaround and hello to honest, reliable service with B&S Automotive Services. Well, we got college football coming up tomorrow here on the Score. We'll tell you more about that as Gresham comes on out with the offense. Munoz, low snap, picks it up, hands it off. It's our mysterious number 31. Penalty flag out as the running back gets over the right side down to the 22-yard line is where they will give him credit, but we'll see if that play stands. Looks like, I would assume a holding, and Gresham looks like they think this one's against them. It will be. Hold called against the Gophers. Tomorrow, the Oregon State Beavers will be down in San Diego to take on San Diego State, their first road game of the season, as they look to go to 2-0 after their win over Idaho State last week. Beavers kick off late at 7:30, and so Oregon State fans, make sure you tune in to hear Mike Parker and the gang on the call. The pregame show will start at 5:30 here on the Score, 92.3 FM at 1490 AM. Clock running to after the penalty, 11:34 and counting down. Munoz, shotgun snap, looking to pass out into the flats. Has Lowe out there. He catches on the run, gets by one defender, diving to try and get him. Luke Robbins just couldn't quite get out there enough, as the speedy Avery Lowe gets around the corner and will make up the penalty yardage and a little bit more. Makes it second down at 8 as he gets to the 22.
And he's having a sneaky good game. 5 catches, 43 yards for Lowe.
Second down and 8 on the left hash mark. Munoz will hand it off to the back. Things open up wide up the middle. The safety, Burke, can't bring him down. Slipping through tackles. They greased him up out there. This number 31 running back, unable to come down. He thought he didn't ever go down. He was looking to try and keep running. He will move the chains as he gets out to the 38-yard line is where they spot it. First down on the 16-yard run. And Gresham quick back to the line of scrimmage as the sticks get set. Munoz setting up the pass, flushed out to the right side, looking downfield, trying to direct traffic. He'll just throw it away. Sends that one beyond his own bench on the far side of the field. Gresham sending a number of fans down here. They're filling up the grandstands on the opposite side of the field. It sounds like Roseburg a good showing here tonight. Saw fans tailgating back behind us when we were getting set up here today. Great to see the enthusiasm for another sports season starting here at Roseburg.
Orange out, and the fans came early. It was hot early. When we were setting up, this booth was
toasty. Toasty. That is for sure. Another shotgun snap coming, ball in the middle of the field. 2 targets either side. Lowe will move in motion from left to right. They'll go the forward shovel pass to him. Looks to try and take it on the end around. He made the first man miss and then gets brought down. Does not get out of bounds. The clock will continue to run. 10.5 to go in the ball game. Roseburg leading 41-7. Football goes out to the 43. It's a pickup of 5 on the pass play.
We've already seen it from Gresham. 4 down territory, obviously, in this situation. 41-7. A couple of plays defensively now for Roseburg to try to stand up.
3rd down and medium. Pitch it left side. Number 31. He will just weave his way, and he gets clobbered as he gets close to the 50. And it is Colby Batcher that gets in there and makes the tackle. And the back slow to get up as he got hit hard. He was kind of running a little upright. Didn't see the defensive pressure coming from the backside. And he got smacked. Batchelor making the tackle, not before the back would pick up the first down. They spot him down at the 50. He picks up 7, but slow to get up, and now is going to limp off the field.
Cesar Martinez just grabbed him and pulled him straight up.
He's limping off the field. It's his right leg that seems to be a little bit not feeling great. Unfortunate to see the young man has come out and provided a bit of a spark plug for this Gophers team. He's been slippery and tough to bring down, but he'll head to the bench and will get attended to over there by the training staff for the Gophers. Gresham has it 1st down and 10. The ball on the 50. 4-man front for Roseburg. Munoz now with Maldonado in the backfield with him. Steps up, but gets out of one tackle. Rushes to the left, lofts it downfield, but couldn't get enough behind it as he had Dakota James in his face. And James got his hands up there and kind of affected the flight path of that football by getting his hand in the way of the throwing arm of Munoz.
He's been active today. That was his 25th passing attempt of the game. Also has 9 carries. Munoz has been all over the field.
He's been their guy, that's for sure, on the offensive side. Head coach Cesar Martinez in his 3rd year as the head coach, 4th year as a coach there. Should make note that the offensive coordinator for this Gresham team is a familiar name to many Roseburg sports fans as Munoz looks to pass, stepping up, gets to the line of scrimmage and is wrapped up by his ankles. It's Batchelor with another tackle. That'll be a run of 1 yard to the 49 on Roseburg's half of the field. And a stop of short gain, and it is now 3rd down and 9. Calling plays for the Gophers, former Roseburg Indian Connor Yagi is up there. He's been made that move up that direction. I've run into him a couple of times during baseball seasons, and he's been up there looking to get into teaching, looking to get into coaching, and he's found a landing spot with the Gophers, trying to help lead their offense in the Mount Hood Conference this year. Pass out into the flats, got it to Lowe. Now can he make some guys miss? He made the first. He makes a jump cut back to the field, but he steps on the sideline out of bounds at the 43-yard line. He'll be 3 yards shy of the sticks, and it's 4th down and 3 after the pass completion to Avery Lowe.
It's a little bit of a shovel play in a sense. Able to pick up some positive yardage, but now 4th and 3 for this Indians defense and a chance to get off the field.
Roseburg looking for the stop as the clock is under 9 minutes to go, but stopped as the play went out of bounds. 8:54. Maldonado to the left of Munoz. Lowe and Arthery to the left side, having to step up in the pocket. Nowhere to go. Stuffed at the line of scrimmage, and Munoz goes down. Turnover on down as Roseburg gets the sack to stop the drive.
And nowhere to go, nowhere to hide. The defense just came right in and was able to get to Munoz. Big sack and a big turnover on downs to try to close things out here now offensively for the Indians.
Roseburg will get the ball at their own 45-yard line after the turnover on down. They get another sack in this one. And let's see how they do things offensively. They may look to try and get some new guys out there to get some opportunities to get some snaps in. And as I say that, look who takes the field. He was a freshman at Roseburg and then transferred to Douglas. He's now back here at Roseburg High School. It's Luke Robbins who will take over at quarterback. He was the QB with the Trojans last year. He'll get a chance to get his first snaps under center for the Indians here tonight. 1st and 10 from the middle of the field. And a little miscommunication. Didn't have a back there, so Robbins is going to keep it himself, and he'll pick up some good yardage on a scramble.
It's another ball carrier for the Indians today. Let's see. 7th ball carrier today.
And he picks up 8 yards on the scramble. So Luke Robbins, there was a little miscommunications. He looked to try and run the option and possibly hand it off to a back to his right. The back went to his left, and so a little bit of miscommunication there, but worked out as Robbins just ended up tucking it and running. Luke Robbins, a senior, playing linebacker, now getting a chance to play offense. Turns and hands it off this time, and it should be close to the first down marker and across the 45 into the 44. As they march into Gresham territory here, picking up 3.
Nice play up the middle right there. Another ball carrier.
We'll have a full look at our BTB Moving scoreboard update in the postgame show, but a final from Sutherland High School. The Bulldogs start out the season with a victory, 52-6. They beat Pleasant Hill, and the Sutherland Bulldogs go to 1-0 on the year. Crater has pulled away against Eagle Point, by the way, 42-14 in that one. And a score from the Mount Hood Conference that we can pass along. This is one that Knight was really excited about. More than that in a moment. 1st down and 10 for the Indians from the 44-yard line, and penalty flag out. This should be a delay game, it looks like. Central Catholic versus Central Catholic. Central Catholic out of the Portland area taking on Central Catholic out of California.
Yeah, Modesto.
That Central Catholic team out of Portland, though, they are they're a very good team, and I think might be nationally ranked in some polls. But the Central Catholic Rams from Portland leading the Central Catholic team out of California 25-21 in the 3rd quarter.
Wow. Isn't that so fun?
Our Mount Hood fans tuning in, Mount Hood Conference fans tuning in can get that update there. I'm sure that they would love to see Central Catholic lose. As a former Mount Hood Conference athlete, I will tell you I would not be disappointed in that. Run on after the penalty, it was 1st down and 14. The run handoff goes over the left side down to the 34-yard line. Did you catch the ball carrier on that one by chance?
I think it was Cruz Dirksen.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing there too. Cruz Dirksen. Cruz, a junior, getting that carry as Roseburg starting to get some new guys in and getting opportunities. This ball's right at the sticks. They didn't give him the 1st down, it looks like. It'll be 2nd down in inches as the ball's at the 34.5-yard line. So pickup of about 15 for Dirksen. He's going to try to get the yardage, and he will. Robbins handed it off and then just followed his running back and helped push him with a defender right on top of him. But Dirksen moves the pile, takes it to the 32, and Roseburg has a 1st down.
I've never seen that. It was like they were both holding the ball and they were just like shoveling it together. It was like teamwork right there.
Teamwork makes the dream work there, Knight, and that is the case for Roseburg as they move the chains as we count down to 5:50 to go in this ball game. The Indians trying to milk off the clock and get a season-opening victory against Gresham and try to send the Gophers home with an 0-2 record on the year. Robbins under center will pitch it, running from left to the right side, weaving his way through traffic upfield. That's Amos Bowers on the carry. He'll get it to the 25 as he picks up 7.
Another ball carrier. They're getting everybody involved.
Your stat sheet's probably getting a little full over there.
It is. It is completely full right now in terms of rushers. I'm trying my best.
I appreciate it. You're doing a good job over there. Into the game for Roseburg. Kevin Savage will get a chance to play, a senior for the Indians. New name for us out there. Also, I see Gavin Whitehead, a senior, into the ball game as well. Savage will spread out to the right side of the formation And they move a man in motion. They give it up the middle to Dirksen. He'll have the first down as he carries it down to the 15-yard line. A pickup of 10 for Cruz Dirksen.
And he's been good so far. Getting it up the middle, 31 yards already.
Other new names out there, A.J. Black, a sophomore, into the ball game. Carson Tyler on the right tackle side. That's nothing new. He's been there. It looks like a lot of the offensive line is still the same. Gibby at center. You got Dakota James has come in at a right guard position. At the left guard is Colin Beck, a sophomore. Big body out there. And Colby Batchelor in at the left tackle position. And a fumble on the play, I think. It looked like a tough handoff there for Robbins. And, yep, Gresham comes away with the football. Recovering the fumble, Joshua Calderon. So a fumble by Robbins on the handoff. That'll go against the QB. And the fumble recovery going to Calderon for Gresham. So the Gophers will have their first takeaway on the night with 4:12 to go here in the ball game. The Gophers will have the football at their own 14-yard line. We'll send Knight down to the field to start getting ready to try and catch Coach Matt Watson for the post-game show as the Gresham Gophers get ready to make their trek out. Gresham will have the football at their own 14-yard line. Turn, hand the ball, running over the right side. Stacked up after a decent gain. Carrying the football. That is Cameron Buss on the carry. He'll take the football out to the 18-yard line. Pickup of 4 on the ground. They'll break the huddle. Gresham with the score at 41-7, not necessarily rushing to try and get this one, to try and move the ball too quick. Turn and hand it off. It's Maldonado, the big back out of the backfield. He makes his way all the way outside the numbers. Did a nice job to just stretch that play all the way to the outside, and that'll move the chains as he gets out to the 28-yard line. It didn't seem like he ran that far, but he does stretch it for 10 yards. So Maldonado will have his second carry of the night. And he gets into positive yardage. First down and 10. Out to the 28. Turn, handed off to Maldonado again, running right side. Has blockers in front of him, cuts it back to the middle of the field, gets swallowed up from behind. Making the tackle, Colin Beck makes the stop out at the 35-yard line. A pickup of 7 on the carry for Maldonado there. Clock continues to tick down, 2:45 to go here in this ball game tonight. Hand it off once again. Maldonado running left side. He breaks through into the secondary, and he'll move the chains once again. Another first down for the Gophers, and a penalty flag out. Ball got out to the 47-yard line. But we will see if this play will stand here. Nope, holding play is going to bring this one back. Penalty flag is at the 36-yard line. So they'll probably count it off right from about the line of scrimmage and walk Gresham back. 41-7, Roseburg is counting down the seconds till they can wrap this one up with a victory. They spot the football back at the 26 after the penalty for the Gophers. Getting close to 2 minutes to go in this one. Tied in to the left side of the formation. 2 backs in the backfield. Munoz will hand it off. Buss tries to get a sprint over the right side. Had defenders grabbing at him immediately, and he could not break free. Coming in and help making the stop, Spencer Bingham. Drops him at the 30-yard line. A pickup of 4 for Cameron Buss. Buss with his 10th carry of the night, currently with 26 yards on the evening. Well, this one's starting to wind down, and I can hear the student section down there chanting, "I believe that we will win." Knight Ureski's down on the sideline. We'll check in with him here in a moment. He's giving me the nod down there saying, yeah, that's what they're saying. Lowe moves in motion, rolling out to the right, has them out in the flat. Munoz connects with Lowe. He gets to the edge and will be forced out of bounds on the far side. And there's a player down for Gresham. We'll see where they spot this one here. They're going to put him down at the 37-yard line. It's going to be a pass play for 7 yards for Avery Lowe, the connection there. Let's check in with Knight Ureski down on the sideline. Knight, how are things looking down there? We can never see the fans from up here, so it's always kind of curious to get the feeling from down on the sideline.
Oh, it's packed right now. It is a great turnout here tonight. The band's loud, the student section's packed. It's an orange out, and everybody's wearing orange down here. Great crowd.
Before the snap, whistles, and Gresham is going to call a timeout with 1:24 to go. Well, we didn't reset the timeouts for both teams after halftime, so we'll get that fixed for those that are watching online. 1:24 to go in this one, and Gresham calls the timeout. That last pass completion for Munoz puts him over 130 yards through the air here tonight. Well, Knight, is it a little bit cooler down there than it is up here in the booth?
No doubt, no doubt. It feels really great out here right now.
That's kind of
I'm really glad that we had the great weather down here tonight and that we were able to play this game without any delays. And I mean, it's a great turnout. You can't complain. The vibes are high. It's the first game of the season, and everybody seems to be in a good mood down here right now.
Love to see that, and we will continue to check in with Knight here as this one wraps up. 1:24 left to go in the contest, and Gresham out of the timeout facing 4th down and a yard here. Probably the reason why they call that timeout, to try and get everything squared away. Munoz turns, hands it to Maldonado. The big back will muscle his way across the line of scrimmage and fall forward for a 2-yard gain and a first down conversion. So he puts it to the 39-yard line, picks up the necessary 2 yards, and that will keep the ball in Gresham's hands. Clock will start running once they spot the football here. And this game will be 70 seconds from wrapping up, but no, they stopped the clock now. Might have been a procedural thing to try and get the sticks set on the far sideline, and then they will wind the clock here. We'll get a chance to hear from Coach Watson to find out how it feels to get his first win as the head coach of the Roseburg Indians. Find out what stood out to him with tonight's performance for Roseburg. And just kind of get the overall feel of how this one played out for the Tribe here tonight from the head coach when things wrap up here. First down and 10 from the 39-yard line. Down to 64 seconds to play. Munoz looking to air it out. Goes down over the middle of the field. Has a man down there. Bobbled and almost picked off. In coverage down there, Roseburg knocks it out of the hands of Khalid Arthery. And deep in coverage, I want to say that was Elias Rush, who might have been, number 31, Elias Rush down there in coverage. And Arthery slow to get up. He's up to one knee. Will make his way to his feet as his teammate Avery Lowe will give him a hand towards the sideline here. Not a bad touch on the ball, but Arthery just unable to bring it in. Clock stops with 57.6 seconds to go here in the contest. Want to say thanks to our sponsors, Abby's Legendary Pizza, a legendary pizza tradition. Tim's Appliance and Mattress. Fall into savings at the Harvard branch or visit their outlet store downtown for more great deals. Tim's Appliance and Mattress. And Bowers Industrial, a proud supporter of our local community and youth sports. We'll have the post-game show coming up here for us in a moment. 41-7 is our score currently. Gresham with the football, 2nd down and 10. Pitch it out near side. Maldonado met in the backfield. Jacob Michael there for the tackle for loss. And the senior will get the stop. A TFL. The linebacker getting into the backfield, dropping Maldonado back to the 37-yard line. A loss of 2 on the play. And the clock down to 35 seconds. Fans starting to make their way to the exit for their rest of their Friday night festivities as they feel like this one is in hand. Trying to beat the traffic out there. But I'm sure the student section ready to rush the field and celebrate a opening night victory for the Roseburg Indians. 18 seconds to go, 3rd down and 12. The Gophers looking to get a play or two off, pass it out into the flats. It's bobbled around and not caught. Maldonado tipped it around, and the defender makes a tackle on him. That ball was hanging in the air, almost picked off by the Tribe. It falls incomplete, and it leaves 9.4 seconds on the clock. One more play to go for Gresham. Gophers will make what is approximately a 2-hour drive home. I know that one fairly well. Back to my old stomping grounds. 2 hours if you're driving a car with Joey Kieran. The bus is probably going to take closer to 2.5. 9.4 seconds to go. 2 targets either side. Ball in the middle of the field. Munoz, the junior, looking to pass. Steps up in the pocket. And he's at the line of scrimmage. Gets it away. It's incomplete. 1.6 seconds left on the clock. So they'll get one more. No, sorry, that was 4th down. It'll be a turnover on downs there. And it'll be back to Roseburg, who can take a knee with 1.6 seconds left to go. They'll get the football at the Gresham 37-yard line, and it's all done but one last procedural play. Checking in with Knight Ureski. Knight, down on the sideline, how does it feel like the emotions are down there for Roseburg? These guys know that a win is just moments away.
A lot of celebrations, a lot of hugs right now. You can just see Coach Watson hugging a lot of his players, talking with them. They're patting him on the shoulder. Really a special moment down here on the field right now.
We'll get a chance to catch up with Coach in just a second. In for the kneel down will be Corey Kimball, the starting quarterback. His first start, and gets a chance to get a win. He will drop back, take the knee, and that will do it. Your final score here tonight is 41-7. The Roseburg Indians will get the victory on top of the visiting Gresham Gophers. A great ball game for us here tonight as Roseburg gets the win and will move to 1-0 in the new era under head coach Matt Watson. We'll take a 3-minute timeout and come back with the postgame show, where Knight Ureski will get a chance to catch up with head coach Matt Watson. 3-minute timeout here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM at 1490 AM.
Communications radio stations have joined forces with a news review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
Whether it's across town or across the state, moving is always a chore. So let BTB Moving help with your next move. BTB Moving is a labor-only company offering statewide services such as packing and unpacking, loading and unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. BTB Moving is an affordable, veteran-owned company here to help with your next move. Call 541-315-0122 or find BTB Moving on Facebook. That's BTB Moving for all your moving needs.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
It's a victory for the Roseburg Indians, and they get to celebrate at midfield on top of the feather. Head coach Matt Watson getting a chance to celebrate with his teammates, with his players, telling them that there is a group of people that are ready for them to make their way off the field. There is a host of fans over by the exit to the football field. They've got their cell phones out with the lights on, waiting to make a tunnel as Roseburg looks to make its way off the field. They break the huddle, and Coach Watson out there in the middle of the field. We're going to send Knight Ureski over there to try and catch up with the coach here as they look like they're breaking up into positions, coaches, to get a chance to talk here. Final score again was 41-7. Roseburg gets the win. Roseburg scores once in the second half. No, sorry, they score twice in the second half, but fall just shy of getting to the running clock after a missed extra point. And Gresham does not score in the second half, got a second quarter touchdown for their only score. Roseburg turns it over once. Gresham had 3 first half turnovers here on the night. Players are making their way off the field, and we'll get a chance to get celebrated over there. Coach Watson out there still talking with coaches and players, and shaking hands. Good night for everybody in orange and black. Looks like Coach and Knight are getting connected, so we will head on down to the field and get a chance to get a word in with Knight Ureski. Knight, go ahead and take it away.
Coach, first game, first win for you. I mean, just what are you feeling right now?
I'm so proud of everybody. I mean, everybody has put in so many hours and so much work. All through the summer, the coaches coming together, working together as a staff, working out things that we see on the field and on film and in practice, delivering that message to the kids, and just everything that they have been doing has been just giving up time away from their families to be with these kids is phenomenal. The players giving up the easy things that they could be doing over the summer and instead being out here and working their tails off, and for them to get this win that they absolutely deserve, yes, that's what we're capable of. I mean, we made a lot of mistakes, and we're going to watch film and we're going to correct it, but I want them to enjoy this because they've just worked so incredibly hard. I'm so proud of them. Our community, our fans, the student section was incredible. The support has just been phenomenal, and just I feel overwhelmed that we were able to accomplish. We set a goal, and everyone played a part in accomplishing that goal. And so thank you to everybody that had even this. If you gave somebody a ride to practice, thank you, because you're a part of this win and you're a part of something really, really special. It's going to be here for a while.
You have that Texas Tech background, but no air raid from you guys. A little bit of a triple option type of look for you guys. A little bit of that wing set. Complimentary football, though. What did you like out of your quarterback, Corey Kimball, today, and how he was able to complement the offense, not only in the air, but also on the ground?
Well, I mean, our style, we run in triple option. I guess cat's out of the bag. But we're going to take what the defense gives us. And so there's a few drives where we try to get the ball in the air because we liked the personnel and we liked what Gresham gave us. We thought that we had that, but they gave us a lot of inside runs, and they gave us a lot of tosses. And so, complimentary football. Corey was a general out there. Kimball really took charge, and he put us in good spots. And so he has the ability to do that. And so he showed a lot of poise and a lot of leadership to be a junior in a primarily senior offensive line. It's not the easiest thing in the world to lead, and he really did. He really led those guys, and I think everybody is happy, excited, but we're hungry, and I know Corey is too. So
3 turnovers today for your team. How crucial was that to your guys' victory here tonight?
Well, anytime that we can get the ball in our offense's hands, it's going to be, we're going to have a greater chance to win. Right? Is that we want to hold on to the ball. We want to own time of possession, and 3 turnovers helps us do that. Right? Taking the ball away from their offense is, that's write that one down. That's going to help our offense for sure.
Lastly, are all the seniors going to make it out to Senior Sunrise tomorrow?
That's the plan. I just heard them talking about it on the feather. Is that it's tough, but we want to be out there because we're not just trying to build a football team. We're trying to build family and community as well. And we are Roseburg. And that's the football team, but that's also our football team getting involved in all the extra stuff that's a part of being a senior, And so I'm great that their first game was a win. And so it's just part of their senior experience, and I want those guys to enjoy every second of it because we all know it goes by like that.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on the victory. Go celebrate.
Absolutely. Thank you.
That is Knight Ureski checking in with Coach Matt Watson after a victory for the Roseburg Indians. They get to celebrate with their fans here tonight. We'll go ahead and take a final break here in the postgame show. We'll come back and look at some of the unofficial numbers from tonight's ball game and wrap it up for you here from Finley Field. Back after this timeout here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Do I have enough money put away to retire?
Plan for your future with confidence. At Palm Wealth Management, we'll help you see a clear path to financial peace of mind. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
In today's big box store, how-to YouTube video world, it is hard to do it yourself. If you're fixing your fence or putting in a new one, the only place to start is Quality Fence. We stock almost anything you need and take the time to show you how to really do it yourself. Visit the Quality Fence showroom in Roseburg and get great fencing ideas at QualityFenceCo.com.
Quality Fences, doing it right for you.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and other.
Communications radio stations have joined forces with a news review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Whether it's across town or across the state, moving is always a chore. So let BTB Moving help with your next move. BTB Moving is a labor-only company offering statewide services such as packing and unpacking, loading and unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. BTB Moving is an affordable veteran-owned company here to help with your next move. Call 541-315-0122 or find BTB Moving on Facebook. That's BTB Moving for all your moving needs.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Back here at Roseburg High School, where the Indians wrap up a victory in the season opener against Gresham, 41-0, our final score here tonight. Taking a look at kind of how this one played out. Roseburg jumps out to a healthy lead in the first half and ride it to a victory here tonight. At the halftime break, Roseburg on top of Gresham, 28-7. They stretch it to 35-7 in the third quarter, and then add on one more touchdown in the fourth quarter for a 41-7 victory on top of Gresham. They actually hold Gresham to fewer points than what the Gophers had in their season opener against Bend last week when they lost 44-14. Roseburg holds them to just the 7 points. One really good drive for Gresham at the end of the first half where they got their points. And other than that, Roseburg's defense, man, I think they were really the highlight. I mean, the offense puts up 41. You love that. We saw some good things from them. Some nice passing from Kimball, finding some open targets on a seam. But I really thought the defense tonight was the story of the game.
Not only defense, but also special teams. You think about that Caden Luther touchdown where he strips the ball on the punt return. And, I mean, just the ability to take defense, get the turnover, and then bring it back and get the offense to work with it. Get those points off the turnover. And I think that was so huge for Roseburg tonight. Obviously, Munoz had a couple of moments to shine. He did a good job for Gresham just trying to extend plays, but I thought that the defensive line got to the backfield in a hurry. And if that defensive line can continue to do that throughout the year, then a lot of teams on the schedule looking ahead are going to be scared of this Roseburg defensive line.
They've liked to kind of make that their calling card through the years, is trying to be a strong and aggressive defensive team, and tonight we saw that. So we'll see if that is a storyline to go going forward. Roseburg had 3 takeaways defensively in this one, and so Roseburg had the takeaways defensively. They did give one away in the second half, but overall they win the turnover battle there. Always a good thing. And from the team numbers, that's kind of that. You've got some of the individual numbers. Why don't we see if we can kind of maybe put together some of the numbers there? I know all of this unofficially, the numbers that we have on the offensive individual statistics.
Yeah, Corey Kimball, he only went 4 of 6, but he had 111 yards and 2 touchdowns in the air. He was also effective on the ground, 104 yards on the ground, had the rushing touchdown, the big one, 53 yards for him. He was a really complimentary football player. I really thought that Caden Austin was excellent. I mean, he did it both in the air and then also on the ground. On the ground, though, Austin, kind of that wing set, that triple option look that we've seen the Indians run here today and then also at that scrimmage last week. He had 57 yards on the ground and 6 carries. He also had the rushing TD, and then he also had the 33-yard receiving touchdown from Corey Kimball. So he had a really good performance. Caden Luther, we mentioned him. He had the kind of strip and then return for the touchdown on the punt return. That was 39 yards. He also had a 42-yard touchdown reception as well. So really big game for him. There was just a lot of contributors. Simpson, 28 yards total on 6 carries. Uraguin, he had a touchdown, 15 total yards on 5 carries. I think there's just like contributions up and down this order, and I thought it was a really good game for Roseburg. There wasn't many weaknesses other than penalties, and I think that's where the Indians need to clean things up. You heard Coach. He said, we have some things to clean up a little bit, but there's a lot of positives in this game. I mean, you can't just look at the score and say 41-7, we did a lot bad. No, they did a lot good here in this game.
And, right, it's all about setting the tone and getting things set to go for what is to come for the Roseburg Indians. And like I said at the pregame show, I asked Corey Kimball earlier this week, you guys are about to write chapter 1 of this season. How do you feel like things come out here? And obviously he was very confident in their abilities, said that it was going to be cold stone. They were going to be out there dominating here tonight. And they did. They came out and played very well. But it's the first step in this story. Every team looks to get better each and every week, and Roseburg will definitely have some things to be able to look to when they watch the tape on saying this is the areas we look to get better. As we wrap it up here, take one last look at our BTB Moving out-of-town scoreboard update. We've got some things to pass along to you here as we finish this one out. Some finals we had from earlier. South Sutherland is the school I'm looking for there. They win 52-6 over Pleasant Hill tonight. Let's see here. North Douglas gets an 80-24 win over Chiloquin. Glendale gets shut out by Mohawk 48-0. Earlier today in six-man football, Elkton lost against Triangle Lake 39-6. Crater goes to 2-0 on the season and 1-0 in league play. Roseburg and Crater in the same league now. They'll face Crater coming up week 3 of the season. Crater wins 49-14 tonight against Eagle Point, who will fall to 0-2 on the season. A little look at the league opponents there for Roseburg. We heard that Douglas had their game canceled after a quarter of play against Harrisburg because of lightning storms going through the region. South Umpqua had to move their game to Medford due to smoke in Tri-City. And so, unfortunately, the weather coming into play a little bit for us here around the state here tonight. But we did get a couple of finals in there. And checking in on Oakland and Lowell. That was the big matchup that we've been paying attention to because that is number 1 Lowell against number 2 Oakland. And with a minute 40 left in the game, Oakland 42, Lowell 35.
Whew.
Oakland
Okers.
Oakland has possession, so that is they're looking to run out the final few minutes of that game there at Lowell, and a chance to pull off a win over the number 1 team in the preseason coaches poll, which, just so everybody knows, coaches polls, they're great and fun to talk about. It gives you an idea of what the coaches around the state think about your team, but they don't necessarily have any sort of impact on where you might be seated in the playoffs, your chances of making the postseason, all of that. They are for entertainment purposes only. We'll have scores posted online at 541radio.com, so check that out there, and we'll be back with another game coming up next week. Speaking of, the Roseburg Indians will be back here at home next week, so hopefully you'll come on out here and help us out rooting on what's going on around the Roseburg High School Athletic Department. Roseburg is hosting Churchill for their first league game in the new 5A Special District 4. Churchill was 0-1 on the season after losing last week in the Week 0 schedule, so we'll see how things go. Churchill was also taking on Springfield, and I believe Churchill was winning that one 22-7 in the second quarter last we had reported, but they were also in a weather delay in that one as well, so going to be some interesting things to kind of follow, see how it all plays out here tonight. But Roseburg and Churchill next week, 7 o'clock kickoff here on a Friday night as we get league play started. Looking forward to that. First Roseburg High School football game of Knight Ureski's young career. Knight, thank you so much for being here in the booth tonight. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Absolutely. It's been a pleasure getting to share the mic with you, and hopefully, we get to do this a lot more.
Hopefully we do, and hopefully we get to call a lot more victories for the Roseburg Indians. Reedsport beat Waldport tonight 28-22, and just in to the booth, the Oakland Okers pull it out against Lowell. I'm assuming the final score would be 42-35, but the Oakland Okers get the win here tonight. Big win there for Ben Lane and the Okers to start out this 2024 season.
Heck of a win on the road.
Oh, yeah. I think we'll be talking some Okers football probably next week as we make our way to the Friday night pregame show, and plenty more coverage of local high school sports coming up here on The Score. As we wrap things up here tonight, I want to say thanks to everybody that helped make this one possible here tonight. That includes Athletic Director Adam Blue, Head Coach Matt Watson, and the entire Roseburg football program for allowing us to bring you another season of Roseburg football here on The Score. I want to say thanks to the Gresham Gophers for a great game played here tonight. Good sportsmanship on both sides. I want to say thanks to Knight Ureski for help here in the booth on the broadcast tonight. Thanks to Angela Keyran for help with the video production this evening. Thanks to Grady Hamilton back in the studio for the radio production tonight. And as always, a thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for tonight's broadcast, because without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Keyran. We will catch up with you next Friday night when the Roseburg Indians welcome in the Churchill Lancers for their first league game of the season. Kickoff at 7 o'clock. The Friday night pregame show presented by Mountain Mike's Pizza starts at 6 to count you all the way down to our live pregame at the field starting at 6:45. You can tune in and watch Roseburg football streaming live online at 541radio.com, presented by the Cow Creek Tribe, or you can always find Roseburg High School sports right here on Douglas County's home for sports, The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.